Reach your impossible with the AI-powered Legion Pro 7i, Lenovo Legion.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the Lenovo and Intel Presents India's Top Gamer featuring Mythpat, here with the hosts Blackjack and Edge, as we are back once again for this beautiful tournament of Valorant that is today at its lower bracket finals, best of 3 match. Edge, how you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling excited. I'm way more, excited than I was yesterday, for sure, because yesterday we had an upper bracket match, and goddamn, was that a beautiful one. It went all the way till the third match, and Chilcott, well, they were the ones coming out on top, pushing Govinda Esports down to the lower bracket, breaking their streak, the unbroken streak of not losing a series or a match in general. But today it's going to be a do-or-die match, and not just that. It's a revenge, it's a redemption match for the side of RAD Syndicate, who were beaten by Govinda Esports in the upper bracket run and then pushed down to the lower bracket. They had to face off the likes of DUPG Esports, and they took them down in a convincingly good fashion. It was 2-0 if I'm not wrong. And then now it's time for them to face off against Govinda Esports yet again. So It is, as I said, a revenge matchup, and Govinda Esports, it's time for them to prove that it was not just a one-time thing and that they can do it again and again and again. And then, if it happens, they get to have their revenge match in the grand finals in a best of 5 series.
Oh, absolutely. Let's have a look once again at that prize pool that these teams are fighting for, folks. And let's not forget, it is a full 3 lakh INR. 1,75,000 for the winner, which is, of course, the coveted spot. But second place isn't too far behind. So 75,000 and, of course, 50 for the third place. But like we said before, it ain't about the money. It is about the fun. It is about the excitement. It is about Valorant. That's what we are here for. That's what we are here for indeed. But, at the end of the day, today is a game of revenge matches, as you said, because Govinda, if they do win this, as we, go into the schedule for today, folks, it is Govinda Esports versus the RAD Syndicate, and a game of revenge, technically speaking, for both teams. The reason I say that is because obviously RAD Syndicate now have a chance to prove themselves against the team that put them in the lower bracket to begin with, and on the other side, Govinda Esports, should they win this, they will be able to go to the grand finals and get their revenge, potentially, against Chillcord, the team that put them in this lower bracket position. So both teams are fighting for something much bigger than just themselves, much bigger than just this current match, as it is a game that you won't want to miss.
Definitely, you should start feeling like a deja vu moment for the side of Govinda Esports, because they just, once again, as we've already talked about it, they went through RAD Syndicate once they had to face off Chillcord. And well, it's a similar situation again. They have to go through them again to face off Chillcord. The only difference is stakes are much higher this time around. It's almost like a 50,000 higher. And also the bragging rights, don't forget that. So there's a lot involved. The stakes are much higher, as I've already said. Do or die situation. A lot can happen in this best of 3. One thing you need to make sure to have is that mental resilience, right? Yesterday we did see Govinda Esports, they won the first map, but then got reverse swept by Chillcord. So I am kind of curious to see what maps are they going to be picking up. I mean, we'll have to wait for the map veto here, but I'm kind of intrigued to see if they go for the same bans. And it looks like Sunset, once again, their first ban yesterday was Sunset, and they do that again. Haven was not the map that they won on. They actually did not win this, and Ascent also was a map they lost. But maybe they're feeling confident, on Ascent against the side of RAD Syndicate, because that's their... Wait a sec, they actually picked Haven, my bad.
All right, Haven, Ascent, and Lotus. Those are the 3 maps in play today. Lotus is the decider map this time around, so minor switch from yesterday, although all 3 maps were what we saw on stream yesterday, folks. So we have ourselves a game indeed. Ascent being picked by Govinda is certainly an interesting one, because not only is it a classic map that we have all played, to just the, highest reaches and back, but also Ascent is the map that was map 3 yesterday that Govinda, they fought so hard, and yet they unfortunately lost out on at the end of that BO3 against Chillcord. Haven, it's interesting that Govinda would go back there, given the fact that they did lose there. They won Lotus, but the fact that they didn't pick it is what's, kind of interesting to me. And at the end of the day, there's probably some sort of thought process behind that. Maybe these 2 teams, they fought on the map of Haven in the match that they had in the upper bracket semifinals a few days ago off stream. And that's probably why Govinda decided, let's go back there, because we've got a track record here. We've beaten them. And I mean, overall, their performance on that map wasn't actually too bad. It was just a case of they were being outplayed by Chillcord in most cases. And, now that you're not facing Chillcord, I think it's also a case of, let's go back that map. Let's kind of reclaim our confidence on that map, because they definitely, and I certainly feel this way too, that Chillcord will probably pick Haven back up in the grand finals, regardless of who it is. So this could also prove to be a good bit of practice for them, especially for that team game mental.
I mean, definitely. I mean, if you put it that way, this could be, the beginning for what's to come tomorrow. But for that, they still have to take down the RAD Syndicate. Yes, the last time they took them down, it seemed pretty easy, like 2-0 fashion. Pretty easy game. 1 hour, 2 hours max. They went home. Easy peasy lemon squeeze. But this time, I'm pretty sure RAD Syndicate, they have something different planned up. They had a couple of days, not break, but they did have a couple of days to think about what they could do, what they could have done different in that game against Govinda Esports in that upper bracket run. Well, now all of that goes out the window. It is lower brackets, a do or die situation. RAD Syndicate, they need to make sure they are the ones under pressure right now. They are the ones on the back foot because Govinda, they already have one against them, right? So they cannot let it slip through whatsoever. Yes, Govinda Esports, they might go home as well if they lose, of course. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be coming in full steam ahead. But RAD Syndicate, they cannot let anything slip through. If one mistake, and I believe that's all it takes for Govinda Esports to capitalize, and might as well just snowball the entire game from there.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it is competitive esports. One mistake can cost you everything in any given match. And that's something that both teams will have to be very, very aware of. And of course, they are at this point, right? Think about it this way. When Govinda Esports lost Haven yesterday against Chillcord, that's probably what they're going to be thinking of as well, right? That map, we really shouldn't have lost that map. Even more so than Ascent, excuse me, even more so than Ascent, them losing Haven pushed them into map 3. And then when they got to Ascent, it was just a case of not being able to pick their gunfights where they really needed to. Their gunfight selection wasn't bad, I will say. It was actually really good. But also, there were shots, a lot of shots were missed, a lot of moments were bungled, as some would say. And it was just one of those things where you can't avoid how certain things played out, how certain rounds played out, right? It's one of those moments in esports where no one's really at fault. It's just a case of getting outplayed all over the place. So, Govinda Esports right now, given the fact that they've played RAD Syndicate before and they've beaten them before, they're probably a lot more confident in this game going into it than they were yesterday. I certainly would hope so anyway, because seeing that confidence on the map of Lotus yesterday, that was certainly something else. And that Govinda Esports is, I think, what everybody is here to see today, hopefully, for this kind of return to form game that they have been presented with. While RAD Syndicate, we've said this before and we'll say it again, this is a revenge tour for them. They were sent to the lower bracket by Govinda Esports, and they are now back here in this lower bracket final to get their revenge. But, mind you, this is the lower bracket final. There's no takebacks after this. That one chance they had, this is it. This is that one chance. And should they be able to win, then boy howdy, we've got a story on our hands.
Definitely, and I think the ones that are going to be watching this game, intensely is going to be Chillcord for sure, because one of these teams will be their opponents for tomorrow. I mean, in the best of 5 series, yes. So Chillcord, I mean, they won once again. Congratulations to them getting that first spot in the grand finals. They earned that break. They had a good time off the game today, at least off the matches. I'm pretty sure they'll still be playing and practicing. But they also get to, watch these two teams face off against each other and try to understand and maybe improve their game plan come tomorrow. It's going to be a grand final. And once again, it's a one-time thing. It's a one-day matchup. There's no more remakes anymore. You win or you lose. You take the number 1 spot or you go for the number 2. Chillcord, this is their massive advantage, and well, it all depends on how good they are at utilizing it and capitalizing on that one. But for today, as you said, RAD Syndicate and Govinda Esports. Govinda Esports were the ones to push down RAD Syndicate. They were also unbeaten up until then, right? And even after that matchup, you could be like, maybe they will, lose that momentum that they had, but no. They immediately go back to a 2-0, which means the only 2 maps that they dropped in the entirety of this tournament were to Govinda Esports. Now, it is time to even up that scoreline. Govinda Esports versus RAD Syndicate. Haven, this could not get better. I could not think of a better Saturday night than this.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, this, excuse me, this game is the one that we are all here for, and we are going to be going into it in just a quick second. As you can see, it's the agent select screen here, folks, and we have, of course, it's Haven. We've been here before, we've seen this before, usually played with your double duelist, or actually double sentinel sometimes, but of course we've got multiple duelists in play today. From Govinda Esports, we're seeing a Yoru and a Neon picked up by Garv and UV. Nothing too surprising right there. We've got the Cypher, the Omen, and the Sova from the rest of the team. All right, that's to be expected. That's what's in play. I am interested here on the other side from the RAD Syndicate with the pick on the Breach. Breach is, of course, a much more classic operator on this map that we've seen for a long time. So to see that particular agent come back, I am very excited to see what Gambo has in store for us. On the other side, Paradox bringing in the Omen and Deadly with the Killjoy. This is, of course, there's nothing new to us. We have seen this many a time before. Homeboy bringing in the Neon. I do like how Neon has kind of taken over the duelist role for this map over, say, how it used to be, right? Phoenix or Jet or other duelists before Neon came out. And even when Neon came out, it took a minute for her, if I remember correctly, to really establish herself as that duelist pick for these maps. But I'm glad to see that Neon now, as of today, is very much a pick that people are wanting to play because that movement she offers is genuinely so very good.
That is true. I mean, it's all about the movement. I mean, if you could just master the movement with that Neon, you're pretty much unstoppable. And I mean, once again, we saw how good Govinda Esports are with this composition on Haven. Yes, they were, they were not the better team yesterday, unfortunately, but combined experience with their strategy today, and RAD Syndicate, they might have a tough time, but this Breach, as you said, could be the game changer. That extra stun, that couple of extra flashes. I mean, yes, Yoru does have the blind side, so you could argue, but once again, these are two different flashes. There are two different kinds of flashes. Yoru flashes, I feel like, are good, but I also feel like Breach flashes, if timed perfectly, are undodgeable. I mean, I've heard a lot of people be like, oh yeah, Breach flashes, easy to dodge. But no. If there's a good Breach against you, you cannot dodge anything. I mean, combine that with the Aftershock, and that Rolling Thunder is a huge ultimate, right? So I think, once again, RAD Syndicate, their main focus is going to be utilizing those crucial abilities like the Shock Dart, the Relay Bolt, and as well as the Swarm Grenades to maybe clear out the angles and, get those players out of those positions where you usually have to be in a position to clear out yourself. And RAD Syndicate, I think they're coming in with a good plan, and I kind of dig this composition over the composition that they had. Over the composition of Govinda Esports, because I believe yesterday it was not Neon, it was ISO. ISO was the one pairing up, right? It was ISO pairing up. They were coming in with that ISO, and I think they think that that's why they lost.
Now that, I think, actually, now that you point that out, Edge, I think you're right, actually. We are not going to be seeing the ISO at all. And of course, that is up to interpretation as to why the team has decided not to bring in that particular agent here. But given the fact that we have the Yoru in play and then everything's a more classic selection, I think that might actually be the case. They might actually have gone back, watched back the stream VOD and decided, you know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, it was probably bringing the ISO that kind of lost us the game, and we just don't really have what that agent, I should say, needs for this particular map, and maybe we haven't practiced enough with them. So let's just bench the ISO for now, play Yoru, and kind of go back to something a little bit more known, something we've played a little bit more before, we've got more experience with, and we can adapt with on the fly. And that's something that I think Govinda Esports has to work on, right? Just sort of in general. I talked about this yesterday, where Govinda Esports, they were doing a lot of good work. Their initial round, they had a plan. They adapted when they were being, kind of forced to abandon that plan. But at the same time, that late round adaptation that they had, usually it got them into a better position, yes, but they were also not quite ready for the gunfights that came along with it. You could tell that they were still somehow a little bit stuck on this on that first plan that they were kind of trying to play around, right? And that is something they need to kind of figure out here. Now, that's not to say that that's a bad thing. You being ready for gunfights that you were originally ready for is always a good thing. But when you're adapting, and changing positions, you need to make sure that that, all right, we're not there anymore. We're not in that original place anymore. We're in somewhere entirely new. We're in somewhere that we weren't before, and we need to be aware of our surroundings and check everything that we need to check so that we can get in, get the spike down, or if you're defending, get the retake and play accordingly.
That presence of mind is needed, and as I've already said, best of three, a lot comes into play. It's not just a gameplay anymore. It's about keeping that calm, having that mental in control, making sure your nerves are okay, having the resilience, because even if you go down the first map, you still have 2 more maps to come back, right? Yes, I mean, technically you won. You need to win that one to take us into the decider, but you still have 2 maps to come back. So both of these teams, they need to make sure that they play this game patiently. I mean, yes, both these teams would love to end this in a 2-0. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? End it in a quick fashion, go home, get a good night's sleep, come on tomorrow, win the grand final. Or at least do your best in the grand final. But that's not how it works out every single time. Sometimes all you need to do is sit back, take your time, enjoy the game, and make sure that you drop anyone who comes in your way. And I think that should be the game plan today for Govinda Esports and also RAD Syndicate. Because once again, give credit to Govinda for, not dropping any map until yesterday. But RAD Syndicate, once again, do not forget, these players are huge in the community as well. Well-known names once again. We have Gambo, we have Paradox, we have Deadly 10, Tricky, Sinks, and Homeboy as a substitute, but he is the one coming in. Homeboy has to be the one bringing it home because he is the one on the Dillish role as of today, and they are on the attacking half. Govinda Esports on defense. Pistol round is going to be very important, and well, there's an upgrade from yesterday here, Jack. We have player cam, so we get to see a bit more of those reactions from the players themselves.
Now this is this is something I like, or as I like to say, upgrades, people. Upgrades. That's what we have here today, and here we go. The round is a go. And we have, beautiful shot right there. Deadly starting it off with the 1 tap. There goes Kibo. And that's one you don't want to lose that early. That is, of course, the Sova dropped, and already Deadly is so very close to the site. But wait a minute, Paradox coming up the sewers is going to get seen. Never mind, Tricky comes around. That's Caramel off the board, and they're going to go straight into the A-bomb site. That's the spike being planted, and already the RAD Syndicate being aggressive, executing hard and fast.
RAD Syndicate, they have a game plan and they're executing it to perfection this time around. The 3v5 retake situation, Govinda Esports, they will go for this retake, but I don't think there's a lot that they can do, especially with this breach playing that under heaven. Vault line, they had to get back there. Yuvi's gonna get his head blown away. Deadly 10 being deadly with that shirt. Gets himself a double, and once upon a time there's nothing he can do, but he will manage to get bullet from his grave, actually. He did get that kill up. It was gone down. 1 casualty, and that's about it. RAD Syndicate starting things off with a blinder. That was absolutely beautiful start. Deadly just running in, getting 1 tap on towards on Kibo, if I'm not wrong, on towards A.
Yeah, that 1 tap, I'll tell you what, that will probably hurt. Because I felt it. I felt it in my chest. Like, literally just a perspective switch, go to Deadly, suddenly, boom, Sova is off the board. That was a shot and a half as we go into round number 2. And once again, because Govinda lost their pistol round, of course, they will not have the kind of economy needed to get anything bigger than just pistols right now. We've got a couple of sheriffs on their team, but that's really all they have. RAD Syndicate on the other side, you can see they've been able to buy in a little bit more. We've got a couple shotguns. We've got a Bulldog, actually, along with the Vandal. So they've got themselves really, really powerful weapons, comparatively speaking, of course. As right now you have, I believe that's Homeboy on the Neon, just holding on to this window overlooking B entry. Yeah, you've got 2 Neons just kind of chilling right across a wall, like that one scene from SpongeBob, if you know the one I'm talking about. But RAD Syndicate, they're gonna choose to move away and maybe try and go towards C instead.
Could be an easy round. That's the kid. They should not have to worry about, this particular round at least, right? The sheriffs should be an easy peasy, but Deadly 10. How has he? Okay, and once again, He's just going to be getting that information. But look at this positioning coming from Neon. He gets the information that they're going towards A. This Omen's kind of in trouble as well on towards C long. But they're getting that control on A. Deadly has given them the green signal, but Garb knows that Paradox could be lurking in the shadows, and that's exactly what he's doing. Looking the wrong direction though, but he will get taken down. Camel for a second, but he will get that kill nevertheless.
That's a huge drop right there. 2 bodies for the defenders gone at the cost of just 1. Paradox falling, but it doesn't matter. There comes the Omen getting taken down. Homeboy finds the other one, Caramel, off the board. And it's all now down to Kibo, the last one standing right here, right now, on Heaven. But that's all they can do. Shock Dart goes out. Not going to really find anyone as Gambo, despite being taken down all the way to barely any health left. This Breach is just happy to be alive as Kibo coming around the entryway will get caught instead. Tricky finds that kill. Silva and Silva action as the second round ends and the RAD Syndicate have started off strong.
2-0. And yeah, not a lot of casualties into that particular round as well. So they will have those weapons saved up, and the bonus is looking really, really good. That's 3 Vandals, a Judge, and a Bulldog on RAD Syndicate. Govinda Esports, they will get that buy as well. Regenerative Shield on Ryzen, Garv, and UV. Both the deal is actually on those light shields, which could be iffy if you ask me. You want to have those players with the full shields usually. But yeah. Let's see how things go. It's a quick approach towards Garage coming in. Oh, sound cue made. I'm not really sure if I heard that right. But sound cue was given, and Yui knows exactly what's going on here. But Rambo, oh my god, he was ready. He's ready to be the Rambo as he gets the kill onto Yui, and the defense loses his first. Who's the first defender?
That is a good kill indeed. UV going down, but oh, beautiful shot right there from Gurv, who actually manages to take down Paradox on the C long, I believe that was. Double P coming in, and oh, Ryzen, they tried, they really did, but they get taken down by Tricky with the Neon just sliding through. It is still a 3v4 situation. Beautiful shot on one, but Camel goes down to Homeboy regardless. Spike is on the floor. Not yet. There we go. Homeboy's going to be planting. The rest of the team should be coming in for cover. There we go. Out of Seaward. That is deadly. It's a 2v2 right now. Here comes the Recon Bolt. It's going to get destroyed. They know there's one in Heaven. Good shot from Gurv. That's one off the board. Swarm Grenade comes in. Here comes the Flash as well. The decoy gives away the position. They know where Deadly is, and Deadly has to be so very careful about this. Beautiful shot from Gurv, jumping down onto boxes. Gets the kill, and Govinda Esports, they will take their first round.
A costly one if you ask me, but it rounded nevertheless. RAD Syndicate almost converting the bonus into a victory for themselves as well. But, it started off really, really good. Gambo getting that kill. But the positioning was just better from, Govinda this time around. And the aim also was there for them. They will get that first one, but the buy is still going to be iffy for Yui, actually. With just Shoddy, will he be... I think he will be given maybe a Vandal, Light Shield on Kibo, maybe? Or maybe a Guardian would be dropped. Or if not, maybe he's insisting on playing with that Shoddy up close and personal. No, I see Kibo buying something. Yeah, there it is, the Phantom being dropped. So there is still a pretty decent buy for the side of Govinda Esports. And the play, once again, it's going to be a fast approach. I like this play coming in. The first round, they went in with Deadly as their, duelist going in. And right now, it's Paradox who's going to be the first line of contact on towards B. And the plan is going to be inevitable as it turns into a 5 versus 5. A good paranoia. Or was that a team flash? Well, paranoia nevertheless in a 5v5 retail situation. The clock's ticking, and the utilities on the side of RAD Syndicate, there could be a problem.
It really, really could. One attacker has gone down. That's Homeboy taken off the board, but they have the plant, and they're really just playing for the hold right now. And you can see they've taken up position in great places with Cameral on the swing here on Garage. Could be the playmaker here. Gets one beautiful shot, gets the turret as well, but position is now given away. Paradox takes down UV, but goes down. Tricky comes around. Deadly, and Tricky holding it regardless. And despite the final kill from Ryzen, who could have maybe had something going by the spike, it does not matter, as they were taken off the board at the end, as Deadly came around saying, you know what, no, you guys are not taking the spike from us, you guys are not taking this round from us. RAD Syndicate, they will make it 3-1, and this early round situation for them is certainly working out in their favor.
good stuff coming in. I mean, everyone's contributing really well. Once again, you have to keep in mind that this is a map pick of Govinda Esports. Right, this is not something a RAD Syndicate wanted. I mean, technically, this is what they wanted to, rattle the side of Govinda Esports. And Deadly 10, he has that control on that angle. No one's gonna take him down there. That's the second time now. And the same exact player, Deadly 10, taking on Kibo on towards a long. And they already have that control. They got the other pick as well. And the plan's gonna be inevitable. Well, now the only thing that they can hope for is maybe try and get a couple of, exit frags. Maybe, try to damage the economy here. As a sub, he's also doing his job, the homeboy on this judge. He's doing really, really well at the moment. And you can see the call has already been made. Get a couple of frags, try to damage the economy, get that confidence back in you. Maybe, that's going to be helping you get more frags, maybe even convert the next round. And Caramel, well, we all know he has the aim, and he's showing it to us again.
Player standing.
Oh, absolutely. But unfortunately for the defenders, they're not going to be able to hold off against Homeboy, who was absolutely insanely deadly right there with the shotgun at the end. You don't want to go up against a judge in that kind of close range combat, right? And that's exactly why shotguns, I've said this before, if you commit to the bit with them, they will give you results. And the RAD Syndicate, they are certainly getting those results right now, as they have themselves a 4-1 situation. Govinda Esports, you can see they're going all in this round. They know they need to win this, because if they can, they will get themselves into a better position. They will get their economy in a better position, as we have a beautifully aggressive play. Never mind, shut down immediately by Deadly, who goes down. That's a trade, but the shotgun comes in and Homeboy gets one more to their name. They're going to go for a play, and oh my goodness, the movement completely confusing Kibo. That's 3 defenders down already, and the plant is going to go off. Gambo gets the spike onto the floor, and once again, the RAD Syndicate are in a commanding position in this round.
It's just going not well for the side of Govinda Esports. And RAD Syndicate, they're just taking A like they're stealing, lunch money from children at this point. They're just taking A every single time with ease as well. I think Govinda, this time around, they did have 3 players there as well. And all 3, unfortunately, just went down the blink of an eye. And Govinda Esports, they need to think of something different here. 1-5. You know what time it is? I think it's the perfect time to call a timeout. Yesterday, we've been talking about this. They have not taken, not taken a single timeout in that last matchup. And I think that could have changed the course of the game. And I think it's time for them to maybe change the course of the game, starting off with a good old timeout. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. They will be playing up with those saved up Phantoms and a couple of upgraded pistols. The Sheriffs once again on Gurv, Kibo, and UV. This defense has to be perfect here right now. I mean, they need to make some plays, Caramel and Ryzen. Otherwise, those rifles, they will go down in no time.
Yeah, that I have to agree on. There has to be something from the Govinda Esports side that really puts them on the advantage. Ryzen's already taken damage, half health on this Omen, give or take. And that's, again, not a position you want to be in, as it looks like it's going to be a C push from the side of the RAD. Oh, dear me. Gambo gets such a beautiful shot on to Caramel. Slowed down, couldn't move, gets taken off the board. And once again, with the spike planted, it's a retake situation for Govinda, as they need to get in. They need to get a couple of bodies. Here we have the shadows coming in, the recon bolt giving away positions, but it doesn't matter. They need to get these gunfights, and there you go. Paradox gets one Homeboy to fall as the Omens have come in. They are trying to take control, and it is going to be, once again, a fight of their lives. The walls are up, shots are fired, as the shock dart actually does find Gambo. That's a good kill right there, and they need a few more of that. They're trying to go for the defuse, and that is going to be Hunter's Fury coming in just to get them off the defuse. Deadly with the kill onto UV, and it's going to go kaboom in just a second here. Tricky finds Kibo, and that is all she wrote. The RAD Syndicate coming in 6-1, and we're barely into round 8, and already I think Govinda might have a little bit of regret picking this particular map.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be having nightmares about this map right now. I mean, the change up of agents from ISO to to Neon, it's not working out. I mean, at least for now. Maybe on attack we'll see a different side of Govinda Esports, but for now it's not working out whatsoever. They're down 5 rounds in the first half. And defense once again. Yes, of course, Haven, attack sided map and whatnot. But we all know the real story. We know it could go both ways. And with the double duelist lineup, it should be mostly attack favored. But the side of RAD Syndicate, they're winning attack with a single duelist. So you need to understand that it could go both ways, and this is the time for Govinda Esports to maybe come up with a plan. There is a technical pause. Yes, you don't get to talk to your coach, but you still have enough time to talk among your teammates to come up with something different. Right? RAD Syndicate, they win one more round, maybe two, and I think it's safe to say that they have won the half. 8-4 is a great half on attack on Haven. 6-6 would be a great half for defense, if you ask me, especially with the double duelist lineup that they have the side of Govinda. So they need to win the next 5 rounds. They have the buy on this, but the bank on RAD Syndicate is just too much. I mean, they could spend it all for a couple more rounds, and they will still have money moving on to the next one. So Govinda Esports, they not only have to win the round, but they also need to make sure that they take down RAD Syndicate's players so that economy takes a hit.
That's one of those things, right, that Govinda is trying to do. They're trying to win those gunfights, but like you said, all RAD Syndicate has, or I shouldn't say all, but what RAD Syndicate has is one duelist and a dream. But more so than that, it's just the way that they are playing. Their coordination is off the charts right now. Of course, the same can be said about Govinda. It's not that their team coordination is bad or what have you. It's just a case of, once again, much like in Haven yesterday, they are getting outplayed where they need to try to avoid losing bodies. They need to try, excuse me, and just get themselves a little bit of a foot in the door. That's it. That's really all they need, because again, going back to that game against Shellcord, the way they played Lotus, the commanding force that they were on that map for a majority of the first half, that, you know what that tells me? That tells me that they were in form, they were confident, and when they were peaking with a purpose. Here, right now, they are playing almost a lot of rounds. They're playing for the retake because that's just the nature of the beast, right? You get the spike being planted isn't the be all end all of the round. Sure, it shortens the timer in certain rounds if it's done fast enough, but that's really all there is to it. We've seen rounds get done in 30 seconds, 15 seconds even, because everybody decided, you know what, to hell with the spike, to hell with the plant. We're just going to go guns blazing. So Govinda is not too concerned about the spike plant, and you can tell with the way that they've played and with the way that their body language is kind of shown. It's more so a case of they've not been able to have the luxury of picking their gunfights. They've been found. The gunfights find them instead. And a lot of that has to be because their presence on the map just hasn't been as stellar as they would like for it to. Here we go. The round has restarted. Technical pause has been taken care of, folks. And looks like it's going to be a B push coming in. Gambo already finding one, and that's Caramel off the board. That's a play you don't want to lose. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. That's going to keep the plant from happening for just a second. And beautiful teleport in from this Omen here that is Ryzen. But guess what? It's a fast pivot, and we're moving straight to the C-bomb site instead.
You should run.
Really good call being made there immediately, and the kills are dropping down that lockdown as well to secure that site completely and, try to push off any defenders already making their way in towards the C side. But now they have to worry about this player, worry about Yui, who's on the flank already, and they have to be really, really cautious. Tricky, he needs to land the shot, and he will be missing a few, and the slide into his face. Tricky gets second down. He gets information everywhere. The players, deadly, beautiful shot there. In the meanwhile, Kibo gets one more. The Rolling Thunder from Gambo. But can they go into the side of the question? They don't have a lot of information anymore. They don't know what's going on. The flash is going to be good. He will get one. Will he get one more? The whiff! But the time is ticking. He's gonna kill the diffuser, and Deadly 10 gets it. Deadly 10, he reads around yet again. He wants to get the kill. He doesn't really matter if he goes down because they have the economy to work. RAD Syndicate, they are making Govinda Esports sweat. That's a great flash, by the way. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. You face off against a good breach, you can't dodge anything.
Oh boy. Yep. I will mirror that sentiment right now. You face off against a breach who knows what they're doing, and oh, you are in for a world of hurt. Gambo showing us exactly how dangerous that agent can be, and that has got to be something that Govinda needs to try and figure out. And the thing about it is, right, the thing about the way Gambo's been playing so far is that Gambo has made sure to be on the back foot, like in the back line of the team, not pushing too far ahead until the duelist, Deadly, the duelist Neon, or Deadly, or whoever's going in. It's whether it be Tricky or Paradox, whoever's in first can give them the clear that, hey, site's clear, you can go in. And the moment Gambo gets that call, it's flash, it's tremor, and goes straight in for the plant. That I feel like is one of the best ways to potentially play that breach in this moment. And on top of that, the use of utility has been stellar, nothing short of absolutely stellar from the RAD Syndicate. So the fact that they have found themselves in a 7-1 going into round 9, we are only 3 rounds away from the half, folks. And RAD Syndicate, I am very impressed with what I've seen so far.
Taking control. That fake out, I'm pretty sure Deadly will be reading this perfectly. He will try to, just make sure that he's not just being played safe. Still get the kill. That smoke, once again, giving that control on towards A main. It's just Yubi with a stinger. I mean, he's probably going to get 1, maybe 2, but if he gets anything more than 2, then the round is on for the side of Govinda Esports, because everyone else they're playing on Sheriff. They have to be really cautious here. Deadly 10 once again is going to be the one entering first. And Kibo, he's ready to sacrifice his life. He doesn't really care. He wants to make sure that it looks like, one of those default rounds where we have players on the side towards shot, but no one towards up close and personal. And Yubi, he must be anticipating this. Good paranoia there. We'll be getting that information. Kibo, he's still holding.
Oh dear.
But this time, they change things up. They go to a shot instead of long. But
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
With only 27 seconds, never mind. Gambo with the beautiful triple coming in for this breach right now. Leaves Caramel, the last one standing, and there's only so much you can do. Tricky gets the spike on the floor, and it is a 1v4 for Caramel to play in. Caramel has done beautiful work before. We've seen this player clutch out rounds that have seemed impossible, and right now they have to do it all over again. Caramel on Heaven is going to decide to jump down just as the rest of the team from RAD Syndicate are going to push around. Shotgun comes in, and Caramel gets one only as Gambo quad kill for this attacker right now, and the RAD Syndicate continue their insanely dominating run right now. Well, maybe not insanely, but it is certainly a dominating run for this first half, as they are now 8-1. We are 2 rounds from the swap.
Well, I'm going to call it insanely good run, for sure. 1-8. I mean, after the... I'm not really sure about the scoreline. Wait, let me see if I can just draw the scoreline from their matches. Yeah. Last time they lost 39 and 13-5. So I would call this insane run, for now at least in the attacking half. But it's a 4-by round once again coming in. We're already in the 10th round. There's going to be 2 more rounds left after this one. There's not a lot that they can work with here, but they need to make sure that they open things up. And Homeboy this time, looks like maybe the caster's curse is on right now. Yeah, I think we might have just cursed them, and the insanely good run just turned to less insanely good run. It's still a good run. It's still a 6-round deficit, 6-round lead for the side of RAD Syndicate. But Govinda Esports, this might just give them the kick that they need to maybe come back into this game.
Oh, I certainly, at least Govinda Esports supporters at home would certainly hope for this being the round that gives them maybe a little bit of that confidence back, maybe a little bit, excuse me, of their overall aggression back as well, because that's been something we've seen lacking from Govinda, at least lacking in potency. Their aggression hasn't really been all there. As you can see, Paradox once again back in C-Word. We've got the Neon here as well. They're going to want to execute on A again. Shadows go out, and that's going to allow for a little bit of cover. And there you go. Homeboy's in here with the shotgun, location revealed, but of course, Homeboy doesn't really care. UV, however, finds Deadly once again, and it's that kill. I feel like that might be the linchpin for them. Gamble's gonna get the plant off regardless, but now that the retake is on, it's going to be a case of who and where and when. Homeboy knows that this part of the map is gonna get executed on in just a second, and there you go. Once upon a time, that is Gurv might come in, and that's the shotgun out, but no, that's too far to take that gunfight. UV falls on the other side as shots are about to be fired. Gambo, shooting, unfortunately not a real operator, but here you go, the Fallen is there, and Paradox with 2, finding Gurv, finding Kibo, and it's now a 2v2 situation. Caramel and Ryzen, they have to do their best, but no, they don't know where Paradox is on the Underheaven side, and that's a quad kill this time for Paradox, and a couple multi-kills later, guess who's back on the board in a very strong way? It's RAD Syndicate, who are 9-2 up.
Yeah, I felt like maybe, Govinda Esports got the, got their engine to start finally, but rather like, nah. We still have the keys. We're not giving it back to you. We're not letting you, snowball us whatsoever. We're not even gonna let you get that chance, as a matter of fact. But now the economy is not looking good for the side of Govinda Esports. Yes, they still have 4 players with the 4 buy, but there's the one player, right? That one player with Sheriff could be the difference maker. And now Paradox already out of shadows on towards A Haven. Caramel's on side. They have to be really cautious. He has a cheeky angle there. Oh my god, Homeboy, get the hell out of here. That was nuts. That was insane. In the meanwhile, that Sheriff, I mean, I thought he was gonna go against him, but yeah, no, he is playing towards him right now. He gets a kill with that. He will retrieve a Vandal in the meanwhile. The flank is going to be held by 2 other players, but they don't really need to worry about the 2 players because they still have the man advantage. UV gets 1, immediately trade out. And now they only need to worry about the ones on side. Homeboy barely escapes that second hit coming in. The run in from Ryzen. He whiffs a bit. Homeboy's there to save the day. Deadly closes things off. He's the one opening things up in this first half. Well, it's only fair he gets to close it. Well, look at this. This was too... Yeah, but that was just nasty. I feel bad for Caramel. He's not having a good day today.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Caramel, who has been shut down left and right and hasn't really gotten to play much in these rounds. And right now that it's a 10-2, RAD Syndicate already on double digits. They are absolutely going ham on this revenge tour right now. And Govinda, I really now have to wonder what their overall thought process was when it came to picking the map of Haven in this particular matchup. I mean, sure, you've beaten RAD Syndicate before, but you have to also kind of be aware of the context of the situation. You've just lost a BO3. You lost on this specific map, and I don't know if the pick was the right idea, but here we go. It is, of course, the swap. So Govinda out on the attack, but Homeboy, they missed him. Doesn't matter. UV went down, but took 1 off the board. Ryzen getting 1. There comes in Gurv, and it's now the defenders who are feeling it. That is the RAD Syndicate who are really feeling the pain. It is a 2v4 situation for Tricky and Paradox as they find themselves in a bit of a spot of bother, some would say.
A 2v4, and they're definitely going to go for this one. Girl once again taking that control, and Ryzen, well, yeah, he just made things that much difficult. And now the last surviving player, Paradox, he's going to be circled. He's going to be using that smoke to maybe fake it out, but he has given his position away, and it's very low. There's nothing he can do. Ryzen gets himself a triple. He has that kill onto his counterpart as well, and well, with that 3k, they get 3 on the board. Govinda Esports, they're still not out of the game, but they're very, very far away from a victory for sure. They need to, get 7 rounds just to equalize the score. And as we've seen yesterday, right? I mean, except the map of Ascent, the other maps, we never really got to see an equalizer. And this one felt like it could be the same, but you never really know. Now, since going down on the side of attack, things could be, turning bad for the side of RAD Syndicate, especially with this double duelist setup. And look at this. They already have C. Like, it's gone. Like, what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds? That's all it took for UV to run into the site.
Pretty much. Nobody was looking to stop that player, and UV peeking around, finds Gambo towards the B-bomb site. That's going to be one body down. And yet again, RAD Syndicate this time are going to be feeling exactly what they did to Govinda a second ago. There is the recon bolt that's going to give away multiple players' positions, but Tricky doesn't really have the greatest position to kind of aggress on this. And, you know, Kibo is going to be just aggressing here. And there we go. Multiple bodies are going to drop. UV with the shotgun this time on Neon. And it's just such a bad position to be in. But wait a minute, that Omen could be potentially going for a play right now as they are in the side. Shotgun's out for Homeboy, but they're going to get taken off the board. And Paradox is actually in here. He might actually be able to get something here, potentially, maybe. He's got the time. He's holding it, but no! It was just not enough time by barely a second. And Govinda Esports now will take round number 4 for themselves. I don't think even they realized just how close it actually got, because you saw the Yoru kind of running back towards the side like, hey, wait a minute, I think I heard a defuse going off. But 2 rounds back to back to them, they are slowly regaining their much needed momentum.
Totally. And well, it looks like UV's having a good time on this Neon as well, especially on the second half now, on the attacking half. They want to maybe try to go towards A this time around. They tried something, and I'm not really sure if it worked, because I think they canceled it at the last second because of the smoke. Maybe. No, it was their own smoke actually, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Or was it? Okay, I can't really tell right now. No, it was not their own smoke. Well, they got B though.
Well,
bonus round.
Absolutely. Here we go. Plant is off, and we've got the flash coming in. UV with the shotgun once again, but gets shut down by Gambo. That's a good kill right there. Double to Gambo right now, who is trying to pull this round back for them. Homeboy comes in. He's in the site, but he doesn't know that Kibo's right there with him. Beautiful shot from Caramel, but gets taken down. It's all up to Homeboy, who gets multiple kills, but also got shut down by Kibo right there. It's all down to Paradox, who gets one. Actually, never mind. Who gets taken down by the one that is Ryzen, and that will be another round going to Govinda Esports. They are pulling it back. They are really saying, all right, enough is enough. We were playing for these attack rounds, and we're going to win them no matter what. RAD Syndicate, I'm not sure what happened between the swaps, but they have lost all that momentum that they had before, and right now they are right there, just not all there, it seems. And their defense, well, let's just say crumbling is understatement for them. As we go into round number 16, shots are fired. Looks like it's going to be a C execute once again. And Deadly, he's got the Sheriff. He's in here. And the Breach comes in. That's going to be a little bit of stuns done. But Paradox is going to want to peek this long. He's trying to anyway. He's giving them a little bit of a tease, but looks like, yeah, there you go. The quick adaptation as Govinda chooses to go towards A instead.
Not a great buy coming in from the side of RAD Syndicate. Caramel, he's just been caught off guard so many times today. That is not something you see. That is very anti-Caramel. But today, that's not the case. He's just been on the sad side. They will still get the spike down. UV, I think, has been spotted. Relabel, once again, is delaying any sorts of push here coming in. They will retrieve that one Vandal. They still have a lot of utilities to work with here on the side of RAD Syndicate. Govinda Esports, they are in good spots. They have that crossfire set up, and it's perfect. Kibo gets one curve immediately. I don't even think they're gonna drop a single player anymore. Yeah, I mean, except Caramel, who went down pretty early into the round. Deadly, what can you do? He's being, yeah, they're just playing around with him right now. Kibo is gonna be the one getting his revenge kill onto Deadly. A bit of friendly banner there, and that's a 6 on the board for Govinda Esports. All that round lead of 8 is now a mere 4.
Oh boy, howdy. This is a round and a half indeed, as we find ourselves in a 6-10. Govinda Esports, they are not giving up. And I mean, absolutely they should not. But at the same time, RAD Syndicate, what happened between the attack and the defense. Maybe whatever lineup they have just isn't suited for this particular play, as we have shots coming in, and we have the Hunter's Fury as well. Deadly's gonna get taken down, I think, in just a second here. Double kill for Kibo. Oh, that is huge right there. Hunter's Fury really showing off, but with Deadly down, they can't exactly execute on C. They're going to try anyway. The Omen's trying to come in. Here's the Owl Drone to maybe find someone. Caramel from the side is going to get taken down as well. Tricky has found that kill. That's a good one indeed. 2v3 though, this is much more doable for the defenders, but they have to find them in their positions. Beautiful shots right here from Homeboy and Paradox as they come around and get those two very much needed kills. This was a round of absolute need from the RAD Syndicate, and they will manage to get it in beautiful fashion as well. It was a bit of a scramble. It was a bit scrappy, I will admit. However, they make it 11-6. They put the pressure on Govinda, and that's exactly what matters right here, right now. But while we wait for the next round, folks, don't you worry. If you want to participate in tournaments and connect with the community here, make sure to join the Discord pinned in the comment section below.
And I think, major misplay in that round. You have to say it was unfortunate, with that, team kill coming in from Kibo there, unfortunately. I think that helped the RAD Syndicate quite a bit. You have to agree. But yeah, Deadly now, the only one standing on the side. Well, he's good for 2, and I think he has done his job already. That's both the duelists gone out of the picture. Govinda Esports once again on the back foot as the 4 surviving players inside of RAD Syndicate. They're once again huddling, and they are ready for this retake. As the new theft comes in, they get the information where all the players are, and the plant will be inevitable. Caramel has to be careful. The shock does are good. After shock is even better. The stun is too good. Homeboy, oh, he got these retakes. But wait, Resin, can he do it? No. Paradox puts the nails to him, and that's a 12 on the board. RAD Syndicate looks like they might just get their revenge, at least in map 1.
I mean, even getting map 1 against Govinda would be a huge factor right here, right? Because that is the start of the revenge tour that they would be looking for. Even with Govinda Esports taking 4 rounds in a row in the middle, RAD Esports, they have downloaded this team, and it's time for Govinda to adapt. It is do or die time, because RAD Syndicate are on map point, at least what we like to call map point, because of course winning one map in a BO3 doesn't end it all here, folks. It is the first map, but it is still match point for this particular round, and that's what they will be looking for. Yuvi's gonna go really aggressively right here, knowing exactly where Tricky is, but Tricky actually managed to just hop away in time, saving themselves and their life. That's exactly what you need, because at the end of the day, that gun is going to save you a lot of trouble. Here we have Ryzen already in heaven, location revealed, and they're gonna get executed on, but no, they teleport away just in time, beautifully so. Spike has been planted, and now they know that there's multiple in heaven. Shock Dart goes out, but never mind. Kibo will get the kill onto Homeboy. Camo falls on the other side. Multiple bodies are what they need. Defender Killjoy Lockdown is going to be in play in a second here, but UV is unafraid, deciding to stay in, but no, the Killjoy Lockdown comes in just the right time, and here is the Rolling Thunder as Tricky is going to go for the defuse. This could be huge right now. Deadly finds one. They can't find the diffuser, and it's gonna go off, and that is gonna allow for the RAD Syndicate to take map 1. What a retake, what a game, what a map. 13-6, and the RAD Syndicate have taken a beautiful first map against Govinda Esports on that is Govinda's map pick.
Did not expect this, this outcome coming in from this particular map up, especially after the switch coming in from ISO to Neon. I was expecting Govinda Esports to maybe have something different up their sleeve. I'm not really sure what the scoreline yesterday was on Haven. I think it was 13-7. Well, this one's much worse, unfortunately, for the side of Govinda Esports. Well, you have to agree. RAD Syndicate, they came with vengeance, and well, it worked out. RAD Syndicate, you have to say, they were the better team on Haven right now. And now we are moving on to, Ascent, the map pick of RAD Syndicate. And not just that, it was also the map that Govinda Esports lost again yesterday. The 2 maps that they lost yesterday were Haven and Ascent, and those are our 2 first maps today. So I am not really sure what to what to expect coming in, but one thing's for sure, we will get to see another banger of a match.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about that, folks. As we have the post game here, 13-6. Once again, the score line between the RAD Syndicate and Govinda Esports. And you can see that they really were just very similar in terms of their overall kill count. And that, again, just goes to show the difference of the two teams in terms of utility. Of course, when you go below the top two for each side, that's where the differences start to come in. UV 10 and 16 couldn't really perform to maybe their own satisfaction, maybe up to the mark as they themselves would probably put it. Gerv as well and Caramel just not really able to get much going. And Caramel, I think, especially this particular map, was just not active, despite playing the Cypher. And of course, Cypher is a sentinel, and that's not someone you expect to get actively kills and all that. But Caramel, if we just think back to yesterday against Chillcord, Caramel was popping off between all three maps. I believe map 1 and 2, which was Haven, was where Caramel was really doing a lot of good work, but just not to be. And on the other side, the RAD Syndicate, well, they are a lot more consistent between both sides. The only one who's under double digits for them is Tricky, who's 8 and 13. But even then, that's a Sova who was playing mostly backline, who was playing around the team, trying to get good positions going. And Tricky got a couple of really important kills as well from what we saw. And that's what matters at the end of the day. RAD Syndicate coming out and showing us their flares of the blazing sun right now, as they will put themselves up 1-0 on the map count. We'll be going to Ascend very shortly, folks, don't you worry. But before we do, Edge, closing thoughts on map 1 and what Govinda could potentially change going into map 2.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they have to change anything. I just think they need to go in with a similar composition, the same mindset that they went in with yesterday. I think they're just trying to fix something that is not broken. Yes, you did lose to Chillcord yesterday, but I don't think that's because you had something wrong in you. It was just that Chillcord was the better team yesterday, right? So I think if they just stick to what they're good at, I think this should be, I wouldn't say an easy game, but at least a tough fight for the side of RAD Syndicate on the map of SL. Because if not, Govinda Esports might be going home in this one, and that could be deadly. And, well, no pun intended, but he is being the one, he's the one putting those nails, he's the one putting those screws. They have to be careful. But yes, sticking to those roles is something that I'm looking forward to. But yes, that's the story of map number 1. We'll be back with map number 2. Don't go anywhere.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Lenovo and Intel presents India's top gamer fishing Mythpat here for Valorant. It is a best of three as I, your host Blackjack, and my co-host Edge are back once again for this beautiful game that we are seeing. It's a revenge tour of all epic proportions between the RAD Syndicate and Govinda Esports, as we are going to be moving into map number 2 very quickly indeed. Map 2. Oh boy, map 1 was such a game indeed. Govinda Esports, they picked Haven, the same map that they had lost on yesterday against Shellcord, and once again, the results are not in their favor. 13-6 to the RAD Syndicate, who have gotten the first half of their revenge, but right now they're going to be looking for more. Map 2 Ascent. Oh boy, I am excited for it. Edge, what do you think? Ascent, we're going back to another map that Govinda lost on yesterday. What needs to be their mentality going into this map?
I mean, I'm sticking to what I said. I don't think they have to change anything that they, from what they have or what they prepared for. Just going with the flow. Like you can just go in with the same game plan, the same execution, same composition that you had gone in yesterday on the map of Ascent. Yes, you did lose, but I mean, come on. Every day is not Sunday. You might not win everything, but you might not lose everything either, right? I mean, you are not going to definitely lose all of your matches, so it's fine. And well, as you said, this is a half revenge for the side of RAD Syndicate. They did get that one map up against Govinda Esports. Now they need to get that second one as well, and they need to do it quick because Govinda Esports, once again, do not forget, this is a monster. This is another insane powerhouse of a team. They will, go for that reverse sweep as well if you let them. So if this map goes in the favor of Govinda Esports, then I highly doubt that Lotus will go in the favor of RAD Syndicate. But once again, I'm not just saying this because of the players involved. I'm just talking about the overall momentum of the game, right? The overall flow, and also considering the time. It's already late in the evening. I'm pretty sure they've already played a lot. They must have been a little worn out, and you definitely don't want to drag it out all three. You don't want to test that resilience, especially when you already have one map in the bag. You want to close it out as early as possible. And that should be the game plan coming in from the side of the RAD Syndicate. And the one good thing working out in their favor is that this is another map that the side of Govinda Esports lost, and well, that loss was just yesterday.
And that's once again something that's going to be fresh in their minds, right? That they are not only on a map that they lost, but they also just lost again on Haven. That confidence that we have talked about over and over again, that confidence, that mental game for them is going to be hurt, is going to be kind of hurting right now. And that's what they need to just kind of nip in the bud. It happened. It's done, guys. We just need to move on because whatever was done to us, we can do back to them. All we need to do is be careful about how we play these next rounds. That's what they need right now to think about, because if you let yourself get too caught up in the semantics of everything, then you're going to lose at the end of the day. That is unfortunately the truth of the matter, right? Because you can't win everything. Like you said, every day is not Sunday, as we are going to be going into the agent select screen here, folks. Govinda Esports, the RAD Syndicate, we've been on this map before, and we are going to be seeing once again classic picks from both sides, as we have a double deadlock type situation. We've got the Sentinels in play, Caramel going back onto the Cypher, Gurv on the Yoru once again, not too different from each other at the end of it all. We've got the double Sentinel playstyle in play for Ascent. Nothing unexpected here. The Jet coming in from Deadly in place of someone like Neon. But hey, if you want to go for a more familiar more familiar agent and playstyle, that is exactly what you should do. Like you said, don't try to fix something that's not broken. Essentially, don't try to change if what you have has already worked out before. However, try to adapt that same thing to what is happening now. And again, I've said it before, Govinda Esports, they have a fantastic playstyle, but they're too beholden to their initial plan to where they can't quite make the change that they need to going forward. And as I'm pretty sure Chillcord is watching this game right now, they're probably going to be thinking, okay, so we had the right idea yesterday against Govinda, and they're definitely going to be taking notes on the RAD Syndicate, I'll tell you what.
Boy. Now, looking at the agent composition, right? I mean, they're going in with a similar kind of composition. The only difference is the duelists. So that Jet versus the Yoru. I mean, yes, Jet brings in Jet brings in the flair, the movement, and I think the Yoru brings in a bit more versatile, movement, versatile position that he can play in. And also, do not forget those 2 extra flashes. That could be huge in terms. And also the Sentinel change. Killjoy was a Cypher. Since it's the second Sentinel, it's not really that big of a deal. But I really like the Killjoy over Cypher as a second Sentinel. Because since you already have a Sentinel in the form of Deadlock, the second Sentinel could go on a lurk, or Deadlock could be the lurk, and the second Sentinel could be the one just taking care of the site on defense and just sticking with the team. And having those swarm grenades, the alarm bot, and the turret, I think it's just going to give a bit more. It's just that the RAD Syndicate's composition looks a bit more robust, but it's just the Yoru on the side of Govinda Esports. It makes me want to lean towards Govinda, but I still think RAD Syndicate might have it. It's just, speculating just on the basis of the agent composition. Once again, a lot goes in. It's about the calls, the mindset, the executions, the gameplay, and obviously the aim. A lot goes in to have this map turn into a victory for yourself. RAD Syndicate, they already have one in the bag. Govinda Esports, well, they need to work harder. A game for sure. Otherwise, they might be the ones going out of the tournament, and this is not the way that they want to go. They definitely don't want to lose in a 2-0, 0-2 fashion to a team that they beat 2-0 a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah, that is a fate that you would want to avoid with everything with every fiber in your body. Right now, the RAD Syndicate, they are potentially on a historic revenge tour on this particular map. I mean, of course, we've seen this before in different esports, but every single time it happens, folks, whenever a team that's lost and gone into lower brackets, when they fight against that same team, when they get that revenge, it is always satisfying to see. And once again, with the RAD Esports going on the attack side, they're going to be aggressive, they're going to be quick, they're going to be fast, but it is, of course, pistol rounds. So it's going to also be a case of figuring things out, probing each side. And here we go, aggression coming in from the side of Govinda as they will decide to push down the B hallway really quickly, especially UV playing that Sentinel Deadlock, but looks like with the smokes and with the stoppage happening here, Deadly's going to be the first one to get that first kill. Kibo on the floor. Beautiful shots coming in from the defenders, though Govinda is not going to give up as they've got 2 big kills of their own. Deadly falls, but Caramel on the other side gets taken off the board. It's an equalized situation. Paradox with another kill. That's Gerv off the board. There goes Ryzen, and once again, the RAD Syndicate start off strong as they're going to look to get the spike on the floor in just a second here. It's all up to UV coming around to heaven, unaware of the positions being played here. Gambo, all you need to do is look a little bit to the left and you will see where this other player is. There you go, position given away, slowed and shot up. There you go, Homeboy will take that kill. Everyone got a little bit of piece of UV right there as the RAD Syndicate take round 1.
Oof. That was a good play coming in. I mean, once again, we started off in the same way, by the way. Deadly 10, one tap in the heck out of Kibo.
Oh yeah,
great start, but immediately. And they had the answer back as well. I believe it was Ryzen and Curve, getting those kills immediately. But the trades were on point. But then the positions coming out from the RAD Syndicate, they were just better. Gambo, already on the side. Curve once again playing in the same spot again and again. But will he be able to hit that shot? No, Paradox does not want to contest this anymore. He gets the information. He makes sure that they know they're playing here. And Paradox, this could be a big brain move. Yep, he's not expecting it, but Gerv is good on the flick. Paradox, he was not ready for someone to push, to be that up close and personal. But that's just how it is. A 3-man stack on towards B, but they're already towards mid market. Compromise. Deadly has to be careful.
Shadows traveling.
This is looking scary now, and I'm not really liking this for the side of RAD Syndicate.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more. Oh no, Deadly He's gonna get shot up. He didn't know where Ryzen was, and he's gonna choose to fall back instead. Good idea there, as Tricky will actually come around and find Gurv. That's a good kill on one. Finds two instead. This Sova has suddenly opened up the A bomb site, and with that recon bolt going out, that's gonna be something to be very much aggressed upon, slowly but surely, as Govinda now has to be playing the site retake. There you go. Gambo's gonna go for the plant, and it is a 1-0. RAD Syndicate, they are slowly trying to make this a 2-0 as Deadly gets another one. Pistol in hand. Kibo really needs to peek this. He's gonna do it. He gets one, but gets taken out immediately. And UV, the last one standing, gonna get aggressed upon right here as through that smoke. Of course, they don't quite want to take that gunfight, but there's a sniper rifle in the hands of I believe that's Homeboy. Yes, it is. They're just holding down this angle, but beautiful shot to find Homeboy. Actually, that's one down, but with barely any health remaining. UV, all they can do is maybe hurt the economy of the RAD Syndicate right now. There you go. The peak is there, and Tricky will take the triple, and RAD Syndicate now go 2-0 up.
It looked iffy at the start, you know, but then Tricky, as you said, opened things up. That was a good grab net, but the positionings were just better coming in from everyone. And they were ready to take the fights. They were not, you know, scared to go for that one. They were like, yeah, we're going to be, you know, planting, and then we will take the fights. We don't want to wait for you to come to us. We will be ready when you do, but we want to take that fight as well. And the full buy run coming in. And, well, as much as I hate the Odin, Kibo has it in his hands yet again, and Deadly. This is a very fast pace. He's already dashing into the side. He gets taken down. I do not really know if he expected the Odin, but regardless, he's going to get taken down now immediately. Kibo's just going to be spamming it to the smoke. Caramel's onto the side already. They've already secured the position for the retake, and look at this. The barricade onto a CT and B-man, and Caramel. Beautiful shot there. Tricky. He doesn't understand what hit him.
This time, it's the RAD Syndicate who are feeling the pain as Homeboy and Paradox are the last two standing. Homeboy is actually deep in the site. He gets two huge ones right now, but he's going to get taken off the board. That rifle, unfortunately, holds only 2 bullets right there. Needed to reload, and there were so many people aggressing upon him right there. But Paradox is not done yet. Finds that is Ryzen, and it's all up to the 1v2. Paradox could make a big play out of this. They've got the time. They've got this position, and right now all Paradox has to do is just peek around the corners, maybe try to find where these positions are. I think that's exactly the situation that you know, he's trying to figure out. Where are these last two Govinda players? One's playing by the boxes, one's playing all the way deep inside of the site. So Paradox is deciding whether or not to even go for this, because at the end of the day, you also want to save that gun. There you go. The moment you peek, that's when Gurv strikes. Paradox falls, and Govinda Esports, they've taken their first round once again.
The bonus once again unable to convert here the side of RAD Syndicate, but this has been, you know, the story of them in the past, in the last match as well. So they need to make sure Govinda Esports that they win this one as well. That Odin could be deadly, and they want to make sure that they don't lose it for sure. Ryzen just has a judge in his hands. Everyone else, they have a full buy coming in. Paradox with just a guard in his hand. No ultimates available whatsoever all over the board right now, but that, and hell, it will come in pretty soon for the side of Paradox. And blind sides, both the blind sides are gone, or maybe he just had one thanks to the economy there. But yeah, they take it slow. They have control all over the map. Look at this. They have space. They have so much space to work with, RAD Syndicate. And I'm not really sure if this side is expecting this. And oh no, Deadly. I'm pretty sure he's not expecting another close.
Oh.
One bullet is all he has. He will
just
go back to safety
about
though.
Get away. Yeah, I was going to say, he just about managed to get out of there. Gambo finding that kill, or actually getting taken down, I should say. Gurv falls, and that's going to be Deadly with the second. Once again, this player is so hard to deal with, but the Odin will deal with them. That's Deadly off the board, and here we go. Trapwire has been used up, and Camel gets one, gets taken down. It is once again a spike down situation, caught on the reload. That's going to be Ryzen off the board. It's all up to this LMG here on Kibo's hands, but that Alarma bot might give away his position. Shots are fired. He's still going to find Homeboy, and there you go.
My God.
He's actually managed to get him, and oh dear me, He's going to fall because of that ultimate from Paradox. Beautifully timed, coming around, getting that Sova in just the nick of time. RAD Syndicate will make it 3-1, but that was by the skin of their teeth at best, and they definitely need to be more careful going forward.
That was scary though at the end, Kibo almost, I believe, would have gotten that one. This was a good spray there, good anticipation, but the opening was kind of bad there, if you ask me. UV should not have peed. They should have just waited for Ryzen to have that.
Get out of my way!
Have that judge coming into play. But regardless, wait, what? Oh, they baited him out. That highlight will not be of any use as Homeboy utilizes the second bullet of the Outlaw to make it, 3-3 right now, actually, as a matter of fact. And the plant will be inevitable, but they will retrieve a couple of weapons, and Caramel using that new step to get the information. Garv just needs one more point in the ultimate status, and they will have that dimensional drift as well, and they're already up here. Sound sensor triggered. Giving away the position. I think the drone might have caught Caramel there as well. Will not be tagging him. They already know where he is. Garv, he was ready for this one. He understood. He's out in the open. They have to be really, really cautious here. A 3v2 retake.
Shots are fired, and Tricky's position is now given away, but the collateral right there between both Caramel and Gurv, that's huge. And Ryzen, now the last one standing, outlaw in hand, caught in the reload. This is such a long one, and Paradox will have the time easily to just waltz up, get the kill, and get away. RAD Syndicate, they were in a bit of a spot of bother for just a second, but not anymore. Managing to get the round, and again, this lineup right here between Caramel and Gurv, they're going to be kicking themselves that they lined up like that. But at the end of the day, the idea was there. They needed to get in. They needed to get the kills. So there's only so much you can do in that situation, in that position. And RAD Syndicate, now that they're 4-1 up, once again, they're slowly building up that lead, slowly building up that confidence that they absolutely require. They've got the drones, they've got the cameras, but RAD Syndicate deciding to switch it up this time. The pace is slower as they're waiting to see if Govinda are going to get over aggressive.
It's what we are afraid of, RAD Syndicate turning the tide around after winning that post bonus. That's exactly what's happening. But one good thing, though, is that Govinda Esports are not letting the side of RAD Syndicate build up their bank. I mean, Paradox does have that 3600, but that is because he survived the bonus round. But apart from him, no one really has, the economy to go in and take continuous fights and, lose their life. But this is a play towards A. They're taking their sweet time, and Killjoy staying in that range of the turret so that they hear this turret on towards B, and Paradox open things up, and that's going to give the sound cue, and that's the cue for them to run in. A good grab net, but not good enough. They try to maybe go for the bomber combo, will not be working, and Yui has to maybe get one, and he will get spammed through the smoke. Gambo takes him off. Deadly 10, good position, good lead. He's taking a charge while the team rushes in. Tricky with the plan. Spike down. And now a 5v3. This looks like another round. Govinda Esports might have to call in for a save. They don't have a lot of economy to work with, and they definitely are not in a position to go for the trade. Oh boy. He's lucky. Garv is lucky no one's fighting this one. And it looks like everyone is just going in and trying to stay alive. Paradox wants to go for the fight because, once again, as I said, he does have the economy to work with, and he doesn't really mind. He would rather take the point in the ultimate status. That's going to be another round in the favor of RAD Syndicate. Govinda Esports, what can you do? Another timeout, perhaps? We have not seen them take another timeout. Like, this is... Okay, honestly, I don't know why, but it's infuriating at this point. Like, I want them to take a timeout. Like, please, can I take a timeout for you? Like, I definitely think that if you take a timeout, it's going to change the course of the game. Or at least, slow down the momentum. I mean, yeah, fine. RAD Syndicate are all over the place, but maybe the timeout will change. Maybe, right? I mean, why not just take the maybe?
This goes here.
Okay, we have a pause, though. I don't really know why.
It's probably some sort of maybe technical reason, but at the end of the day, I think with the side of Govinda, I think it's just a case of they know what they're doing, and I think to kind of dig into their mentality, even though we don't have access to their overall comms. I think it's a case of they are probably thinking, well, we know what we're doing, we know what's kind of going wrong or right, and that's why they're not taking the time out because they're kind of seemingly figuring out what's up. But the problem is, RAD Syndicate is also getting this time to really just talk about maybe potential contingencies, potential counter strats, and that's the thing here, right? RAD, for all of their beautiful gameplay, it's come down to that coordination. This team, they have studied, they've done their homework, they know how to play on these maps, Haven and Ascent, because let's think about it, in a way of like the timeline of events. They lose 0-2 against Govinda, right? And after that loss, they take their time, they win their lower bracket game against DUPG, and now they're here against Govinda, who have played an on-stream game, which is information you wouldn't have had before if that was an off-stream game. So they've been able to really do their homework, just like our Chillcord right now is probably doing their homework on this stream VOD, that they're getting to see who could be their enemy's next game. Oh dear me, UV just holding that piece of utility, unfortunately gets caught out, and even with the recon bolt going in, it doesn't matter, because guess what? That's a one player down, and once again, it's your Sentinel off the board.
Yeah, last game it was Caramel. Unfortunately, this game, it's Yui getting taken down at the start of the round every single time, and that is just not a good look coming in. A great lineup there coming in from Paradox, I believe, but they have to be careful because that barrier mesh might hold them off, and I think it might be a fake because I see the spike rotating and Ryzen. A bit lucky if you ask me, but they will take it. Doesn't really matter. There's no one on side of A. The spike now once again making the long rotations back to A. Caramel, the only point of defense, and Paradox is very, very low. Will he be able to get this one? He's one shot. Even a wallbang will take him down, as a matter of fact. But the plant is going to be inevitable. I think they're going to let them plan because they have Curve's Dimensional Drift to go for the retake, and that's exactly what they want to do. They want to make sure that they secure the round, and I think yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely right now. Damage done to Caramel as he will choose to fall back instead. Gambo holding the underside here. And there's the Hunter's Fury coming in. That's going to be the Dimensional Rift from Gurv as well, allowing for that little bit of sound cue to guess what? We are in here, and the shots are fired. Ryzen finds Gambo before even the Dimensional Rift could end. Tricky comes out around, gets one, but he's the only one standing, and he's getting to do the shock dart in here, flashes out, and it's about to be that's Gurv's kill. There we go. Tricky off the board, and Govinda Esports, that timeout that happened just now, definitely giving them a little bit of dividend as they put themselves on the board for their second round. Much needed. Even with UV going down, they caught the rotate in time, and this double kill right here from Ryzen. A little bit of luck, absolutely, but Govinda needs every bit of help they can get right now.
There's the second one on the board for them. And RAD Syndicate, well, they don't have to worry about the money just yet. They are good to go for another round as well. And the ultimate's also looking really good for them. I mean, they have the Homeboys ultimate, the lockdown available. The NLA will come online pretty soon. Just 1 point in the ultimate status. Maybe if they get the orb, they can actually go for this one. Will they be expecting UV up close? No, they will. No, they will. But the trade is good. The Kibo is there to save the day. A fast pick will be coming in, and look at this Gambo, man. He's just running in. He doesn't give a damn. My God, Gambo. Someone remind this man he's playing Omen and not a Jet or any kind of dealers, as a matter of fact, because he's just running in, and he's running in smoking as well. I mean, I want my, I want my my friends, my teammates, my fellow gamers to look at this Omen. He's running and smoking. So next time when you say no, I can't smoke when I'm moving, bro, look at Gambo and learn a thing or two.
Oh, absolutely. Alarm about gets triggered, but Homeboy's getting shot up right now. Position given away. But there you have motions taken. And Gambo. 4 kills. Quad kill for this RAD Syndicate player. Absolutely, as the name implies, radical. Going back to the 90s right there. That was a corny joke. I apologize. But RAD Syndicate, especially Gambo, like, my goodness, just walks in nonchalantly, as cool as a cucumber. He's like, yeah, no, guys, just don't worry. This is our site. Just you guys go in, you guys get the plant, you guys get the plant. I'm good. I'll just clean up the trash, you know? That's one, that's two, you guys are done. Goodbye. And now 6-2, the RAD Syndicate are up in a very powerful position. But, oh, that's a good one to start. Homeboy falls, Deadly does too. And suddenly, with UV popping off with that second kill right there, Govinda have found themselves a good set of rounds here. But wait a minute, Paradox already in here, getting 2 of his own, equalizing. And it is a plant situation coming in. Spikes on the floor, 6-2 with ultimates coming off. But not going to find anyone. Tricky and Gembo are both really, really low, mind you. As we have a shock dart in, we also, I think, are going to have that recon bolt going out from Tricky. 5 health on the Sova, mind you. And now Tricky's also low. Actually, Paradox is also low. Going to get taken off the board for their trouble. And Tricky still finds Caramel. Good shot right there. But location revealed. Gambo still finds one. And it's all up for Ryzen. The last one standing. Never mind. Gambo with 1 HP and a dream will be the one to get the round for the team. RAD Syndicate, you could see they were scrapping. They were really feisty, but they were scrapping for health right there. They barely had any left, and they still pulled out the round. 7-2. And the RAD Syndicate, they are slowly looking more and more unstoppable as the rounds progress.
Gambo is the one, quite literally and figuratively. Just too good right now. I mean, he is feeling it. He's feeling it. And RAD, as you said, you know, they are looking more and more deadly as rounds progress. 2-7 now, 5-round lead for the side of RAD Syndicate. Can this be another 2-10? Are we looking at another replay of what happened on the map of on Haven? Was it sent a bad pick? Was Haven a bad pick? Are they going to regret their decision at the end of the day? Boy, oh boy. Technical pause coming in, gives him enough time to talk. But Curve picks up the operator. There is a Guardian Horizon. Kibo picks up the Odin. 2 Vandals on Caramel and UV. Paradox in the meanwhile. Then Halate will have to wait for it. We could actually potentially get it for the 3rd time in this second half. In this first half, I'm sorry. Yeah, but does have the ult. Homeboy logged on. He's available. The economy situation. On Govinda Esports, they lose this. They're going on a Rico for sure. Maybe upgrade pistols, but that's about it. On the side of RAD Syndicate, though, they have a buy, even if they lose this one. But it doesn't look like they can lose anything at this point, does it? I mean, 1 HP doesn't matter. 2v4, it doesn't matter. 2v5 doesn't matter. I mean, they can turn everything around. It feels like, at least. I mean, Govinda Esports, maybe they gave away every play in their book yesterday. Or maybe not. Or maybe RAD Syndicate was just saving things for later. And the last time Govinda Esports faced them, they were facing a different team, because this is a monster. This is a behemoth, and they're not going to go down so easily like they did last time. Govinda Esports, they better get their stuff together. They need to make sure that they win the next 3 rounds in this half to maybe stay alive in this tournament.
And that right there is the linchpin, the crux of this entire first half that Govinda Esports needs to figure out. They are in a bad position, 5 rounds down, and their defense has just been read into time and time again. Gerb is going to peek around with the rifle in hand as the Odin firing off. Here you have Kibo. He loves this gun for a reason, but has to fall back for now, as RAD Syndicate, despite taking a little bit of damage, Deadly especially, very low on health, are not going to be peeking too hard towards mid. They're looking to potentially get into B, and that is going to be read into here. You do have the mesh. That's going to be a little bit of a stopping point for them. That deadlock, once again, shutting down parts of the map, and they're going to rotate once again, although this part of the map is being held down, the A hallway with the operator in hand. And that's something that Gerv is going to be very proud of. We've seen Gerv pull off beautiful shots before, and that is something that they need to be careful of. right now. 45 seconds on the clock. RAD Syndicate, they need to execute soon. Time is running out at the end of the day. Time is a defender's friend. The first shot comes in, but no, that's going to be the position given away. Beautiful shot by Deadly. Beautiful shot by Homeboy. That's 2 huge kills. And now at the 30-second mark, they're going to start to aggress. UV finds one, but that's Homeboy taken off the board. Here comes a stopper, but it doesn't matter. UV falls, and it's going to be a B-bomb side execute.
I mean, it feels like the confidence is wearing off. You know, if you ask me. Oh my god! Oh my god! Paradox. Okay, for a second I thought it was a knife. Honestly speaking, I thought it was gonna pull out the sinister, but that's not gonna be the case. RAD Syndicate, they're more focused on you know, securing the round rather than adding insult to injury. And Paradox, well, that was good. That was good. Trigger discipline there. We've seen something similar yesterday, I believe, from Wenka on the map of Lotus. Well, and now we see, you know, another top player doing it. And we were talking about that Angel 8 coming online pretty soon. Well, that pretty soon turned out to be sooner. I mean, he's only 3 points away now with that. And that is just insane. 3 times in the first half. And that's not even you know, basic call. That is something that will kill you. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. That Annihilate, if it comes online for Paradox, that could be huge. UV actually has theirs as well. So that could be maybe a way to stop a big play from coming in. Homeboy with the Outlaw. That's going to be Gerv off the board. Position given away here on the B hallway for Deadly and Tricky. So they know that the enemies know that they're going to be coming in. So they are going to make the choice to just disengage for a hot second here. Once again, RAD Syndicate slowing it down, switching up the pace, and that's really what's keeping Govinda on their toes here. Because Govinda, they have just not been able to set the pace. They've not been able to catch the tone that RAD Syndicate is working with. As we have the Owl Drone coming in. And that's maybe going to find somebody here. Yep, there you go. Target hit. So that's once again a reason for the Jet to fall back. Deadly position given away. But guess what? That means no one's on A. Most of the defenders, they've decided to crowd around the B bomb site. And the only one on A is the Omen, who's going to give the call. With the plant coming on, that's going to extend the timer. UV finds one. Deadly off the board. Good kill. And that equalizes the body count. But with the spike on the floor, we've seen this before. Attacker Killjoy with the lockdown coming in. And that is just more bad news for the RAD Syndicate as they want to escape this lockdown. If they do, then they can keep their guns in their hands. Lockdown's going to come off, and one player has been detained, though they got away out of, harm's way just in time. That's Caramel right there. Shots are fired yet again as they're really trying to open up the door, but it doesn't matter. Homeboy and Gamble find 2, and it's all now down to Caramel and UV. Actually, Caramel falls, and UV does as well within seconds of each other. And the RAD Syndicate, once again, slowing things down, making Govinda a little bit too antsy, a little bit too jumpy, because they were so unaware of what was even happening. They didn't know where they were expecting an aggressive play. It wasn't coming anytime soon. 9-2, the RAD Syndicate. Oh, what a lead do they have?
Over there.
210. It looks like it's gonna be another 210, and I cannot tell you how excited I am. I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna jump out of my chair as soon as this match is done. And if it goes in the favor of RAD Syndicate, a 2-0. Oh, UV. He will catch one, but Paradox, he will survive this. That is a great counterplay. And UV, even though he's the one taking the charge first, he's the one going down. And Caramel, as I said, that is going in his favor today. Deadly 10 gets that kill. Keyboard's in a good spot. And oh, Deadly has not seen him. Unfortunate, and he will get taken down though immediately. It's a 2 versus 2. Paradox and Gambo, the star player. Ooh, Kibo's taking the hit. Kibo's taking the hit, and now Anhelen comes in and it's gone. Is he? No, he's missed. Ryzen comes out the smoke. Well, all he sees is smoke. It's gone. It's 210 again. Oh my god, I don't know what to tell apart from the fact that RAD Syndicate were ready for this. They were ready for this comeback. That's 2 games back to back, a 10-2 first half.
The similarities in the round play and the round differential between both of these teams has to be studied right now, right? It's a 10-2 once again with the RAD Syndicate winning the round that leads to the half, round number 12, that is, right? I gotta say, RAD Syndicate has certainly been thoroughly impressive today, and that is no small feat. At the end of the day, with competitive Valorant, it is hard to be this level of consistent in both first halves. And that's not to say that, yesterday's game wasn't either. Chillcord was very consistent across all the maps with winning the first pistol round for their attack half. So we're seeing some patterns emerge. We're seeing some plays happen here, plays that are akin to some of the best that we have seen in competitive Valorant in a while here, folks. But right now, let us not forget, this game is far, far from over indeed. The RAD Syndicate right now, they might be 10-2 up, but once again, pattern dictates that maybe, potentially, Govinda, now that they're on the attack, might have a few rounds of their own to show us what they are good for. But with this technical pause coming in, just making sure, just making sure everything is set and ready. And this is also going to give both teams time to really talk about what to expect, how to go about these next few rounds, which they will need to if they want to have a chance, a hope even, of winning their next few games.
Do I have hope?
Well,
I
do
don't
you?
know. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I asked the question and then I went into thinking mode myself. I mean, yeah, my cams, we're not on, on the camera desk right now. But I just went into thinking mode myself and I was like, what can they do to change things up? Right. And we were talking about, them not changing anything. And right now, look at this. It's just not working out for them once again because RAD Syndicate have the confidence. They're not doing anything wrong here, Govinda Esports. It's just that RAD Syndicate are that much better right now. Look at this. What can you do, man? What can you do?
Well, with the spike on the floor, certainly the timer is against them right now. The defenders have to be retaking this quickly. And you have, you have a player coming in. It's Gambo once again, who is in here right now, but actually gets taken off the board. Ooh. Triple to Caramel. And that actually will be the first round that Govinda has taken in a really, really long time and much, much needed for them. After 5 rounds of being just completely torn apart by the RAD Syndicate, this is a round that they needed, as Gambo certainly was, feeling themselves with the way that they just ran right into sight. Not to be, though, as Govinda, they've put their 3rd round on the board, and this is potentially the start of something. But again, take it by the round, per round. That's what they need to do. Stop thinking about the macro game. It's the micro game that you need to focus on. As we move into round 14, Cage comes in. There's the camera. Shots are fired. The Jet just boosts away. But Gerv, despite taking one, gets taken off the board as well. Gamble with that kill will pick up the Bulldog as well, probably. Shots are going to be fired as the chase is on. Gamble's really wanting that kill. Deadly falls to Ryzen on the other side because he's watching the long hallway right now. And that's going to allow for the attackers to completely change up the pace. And there you have Kibo planting all the way in the A-bomb site, while the defenders are none the wiser. RAD Syndicate now on the back foot.
Ooh. Oh my god, crispy shots there coming in. Yeah, you will not get the 3rd, but he does land the 2 beautiful shots there. And as you said, it is definitely a beginning of something for the side of Govinda Esports. Now, is it beginning of a comeback or is it beginning of the end? That's all you need to wait for, because it's the same, once again, a recap of what happened on game number 1. They end up with a 2-10 scoreline, they win the pistol, they win the round after that, and they lose the bonus, right? Now, let's see if that's how the story plays, because RAD Syndicate, they already have the double-digit scoreline. They can chill. They can take the biggest chill pill ever. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they can, but Deadly cannot. He survives this. The timing is just impeccable. And Deadly, with 5 points of health, will escape with near-death experience.
Oh boy. 5 health on Deadly right now. Position given away for the other defender as they're going to have to fall back. I believe that's Paradox. Yes, it is. But they're going to peek up anyway. There's somebody right there. I believe that was the Yoru for just a second, but it won't be. Deadly gets one, but Homeboy gets taken down on the other side as the attackers are aggressing. Tricky comes around, finds Caramel with another one going down. That's UV. However, Kibo's here who gets the kill onto Tricky. Beautiful shot by Gurv. And now suddenly it's a 1v2 here. Gambo, the last one standing, as you've got to be careful about this. Teleport goes out, and that's a good teleport as well. The recon bolt will not find him, and he has to be careful about this. Shots fired. Now they know that he's coming in from this part of the map. He's going to have the blind going out. That's a beautiful shot right there, and he's got to find Kibo. He doesn't know where Kibo is, who pushed up around the boxes. That's a triple kill for this Sova. And this one got a lot closer than I think even Govinda were comfortable with, but they pull it out just about, denying the clutch, and they make it 5-10.
That was scary for a second. I think I think you know, he was more focused on those back sight area that he missed Keyboard's head, because I'm pretty sure you could see his head right there for a second. And he was very low. Like, even a flick onto the leg with the wall bang could have gotten him. And I think he was just too focused, you know, with where he saw him last. And ooh, Ryzen. Ryzen is pretty good with those shots usually, but just not now. And the Bucky, unfortunately, backfires for Homeboy. And Caramel with the Outlaw now gets one. Kibo gets another one as well. Gurv will try to survive for as long as he can. Now the only one standing is gonna be Gambo once again, with just a Sheriff and light shields in his hand. What can they do? Maybe. Okay, this is done. This is done. He should be gone. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I mean, I did not expect him to kill both there and have a chance to kill the third as well. That's a good round if you ask me. That's actually a pretty decent round.
Yeah, all things considered, Govinda, despite losing those bodies, they will be feeling very confident right now. 4 rounds in a row. However, once again, flashing back to map 1, flashing back to Haven. This was the same situation that they were in, and this round is exactly what could be the difference point, the difference maker, as it's 10-6 up. And that's a beautiful shot by Deadly. That's the operator on the jet, and that's exactly what you need to be afraid of. Yuvi's got a high position here, but now that position is given away, so he's going to give away a piece of utility right now just to make sure that he can escape safely. Deadly is ready with the op. Once again, what a shot right there. You really want to be a cracked aim with this particular gun in hand, and that's exactly what Deadly is. That's the reason that their IGN is a Deadly, folks. And right now, RAD has put the brakes pretty much on this enemy team, as the recon bolt will go out on the B hallway, but it doesn't matter, as all 3 attackers are bunching up, and they're gonna try to push in just a sec here. Once upon a time, i.e. Gurv, peeking around the doorway. Tricky doing a knife peek right there, seeing that, hey, that's exactly where they are, but Gambo pushes a little bit too far up. Doesn't matter. Kibo's position given away. Homeboy with the 2. And now it's all up to Caramel, the last one standing. He's in the smoke. He pushes out of it, and Deadly comes around with the 3rd operator kill of the round, folks. It's 11-6, and RAD Syndicate, they have fired back once again. 11-6, 2 rounds from a potential 2-0 revenge tour against Govinda. And I gotta tell you, RAD Syndicate, they are probably flying very high right now.
Here.
Boy, oh boy. That was some good stuff coming in, especially from Homeboy as well, holding on to his ground. Yeah, Deadly hitting those shots with the operator. Come on, that is something you expect him to do. A 5-man B push. Hold up. What is Govinda up to right now? They're all starting off towards B main. They have the new attempt and the Hunter's Fury available. A great paranoia to start things off. Pushing people back. UV opens things up by getting that kill under Tricky. Homeboy's in a tough spot. Homeboy's in a very tough spot, but Deadly gets that trade. Nevertheless, somehow managed to get it. Gambo used that ultimate, but he will get taken down though. Deadly still making it work. The operator is still coming in clutch. A 3v4. Sorry, 3v2, I'm sorry. Might be a 1v1 if you ask me at the end. They have to be really, really cautious. The timing is everything here. Paradox gets one. Blades out, is it? Yes, it's time for the blades. And they will be going in. They have to be cautious. The deadlock man comes out on top. He used the annihilate, but it doesn't really matter. He already annihilated both the players on the site. And both the ultimates pulled out. But as I said, didn't really matter. To the side of RAD Syndicate. I mean, they already got it. And what a retake this was. Deadly 10 contributing, but it was Paradox. Yes, he was there with the triple. Deadly getting that double, but it was him showing the presence, and Paradox making those moves to the map. I really love the synergy they have in between them. And now Govinda Esports to not lose the revenge matchup, to not lose, to not give up their spot in the tournament and go out of this in the lower bracket, from the lower bracket, after defeating the same exact team 2 days ago in a 2-0 fashion. They're on the verge of getting the taste of their own medicine.
Oh dear me. 12 and 6 and Deadly. Oh no! Actually missing the shot, and that's going to be the neural theft coming in, but that position, despite being given away, Tricky gets one, trying to get two. Yes, they will. They get cocooned, unfortunately, and that is the annihilation coming in. Camel finds Homeboy on the other side, and now it's a 3v3, will become a 2v3, and these defenders now have to find their way back inside. Paradox, the playmaker from the last round, is still alive, and Gambo, well, we all know exactly how dangerous Gambo is. Shots fired onto this market area, and they need to be able to just kind of save themselves as well when needed. And they're going to go around instead. There's an all drone very close by, and he's going to get shot down. Here's the peek coming in from Paradox. He might be able to find somebody, but they've got a cross set up here as well, and a beautiful cross at that. Caramel's very up here, and he's going to get taken down for his aggression. That is now a 2v2. But do they know where Ryzen is? I don't think so. And there you go. Keyboard and Ryzen will come around, get those 2 kills. Much needed right there, as in a final break from the previous map's overall flow, Govinda Esports will actually be able to delay RAD Syndicate from going into the victory just yet. 7 and 12. This is actually the first time in this entire match that 2 maps are no longer entirely identical, as Govinda, they once again breathe a sigh of hope, not relief, but hope, as we move into round 20.
Cage triggered.
Looks like another round might go in the favor of Govinda Esports.
I must wait a moment.
Okay. That's true. Okay, Trick is trying something here. They want to go for a play, and well, it is gonna backfire them, and it is gonna be Gerv backfiring them as well, getting a double there. Trick is still holding this angle. Can he land? They could have collab, almost a collab there. He's blinded, and Gerv, he should be able to get this one for free. And there you go, a triple kill for him, and a 4v2 right now in the blind side onto a CD. They have the side completely for free. Both the players on the side of defenders, they're very far away. They will have those vandals up though, but they are the star players as of now. There's Deadly and Gambo in a 2v4 retake.
Yet another 2v4 retake for Deadly and Gambo to have to participate. And once again, both of them are playmakers, so they know exactly what to expect, kind of. Not exactly, but they've been here before, is the point that I'm trying to make. Right now, you have the paranoia that could also, and the smoke, excuse me, from the Omen, as Gambo's going to find one. That's a big one to start things off. As Gerv falls, they need to find a couple more bodies, though, and they won't be able to, at least Gambo won't, as he gets taken down instead. And there we have the operator shot just through the smoke. Ryzen says, you know what, I'm just going to take a pot shot, finds that kill. And it is the 8th round now for Govinda Esports. They are really firing back. They are pushing hard against all odds. As RAD Syndicate, they are still on match point. All they need is 1 round. But Govinda has switched it up on them. And that's exactly what RAD Syndicate might have been afraid of. So now they need to play for this 1 round. Forget everything. Nothing else matters. This is now the round you need to win.
Another quick Hunter's Fury actually does tag on to Tricky. Oh, tags another one as well. So that's 2 players now on the side of B. Very tagged up. Thanks to the elemental drift, they do get the information, but the play is going to be towards A because that's where the spike is. Homeboy and Tricky, both of them are tagged up, and this drone spots out one and actually takes them down as well. Now they get the information that there's no one else here because Caramel's usually the lurker. And they get the information immediately. Killjoy makes that rotation towards CT, towards mid. And now they're leaning towards A, but are they going A? Not yet. Making this slow walk on towards Cat. There's a sonic sensor. The barrier mesh just got destroyed. The smoke towards tree will give the information. The beautiful control smoke on towards the side by the defender's omen. Sonic sensor will not be broken yet. Deadly holding this angle. He misses the shot, he's gone. He's in a one-shot zone here for sure. And they're barging into the side. It's gonna be Garv with 1. Where is the Omen? The Omen's already out of the position here. The Gravnet, I believe, is from his own teammate, unfortunately. It's gonna be a 4v4 retake situation. The lockdown is available, and that is, I think, what the plan is gonna be, but they're making sure that they get the shot control as Gambo gets taken down deadly immediately with the trade here. The only one on the side is going to be Yoru with 25 points of health, but they're not giving away shot control just yet because they understand if the lockdown is initiated, things could go south and they will still get the lockdown down here.
Oh, this could be huge. If this lockdown manages to find more than one, that's going to be exactly what they're afraid of. But no players have been detained. Here's the operator from Ryzen, gets Tricky, but Homeboy's already defusing. He's got it on the half, and shots fired. Deadly gets that, and they're going to try and go for it again. Ryzen comes in, but no, the diffuser will not go off. Gerv with the beautiful play at the end alongside Ryzen, managing to hold on to hope, hold on against all odds, as it is 9-12. Govinda, they very nearly were taken out right there. It got so close, especially with that starting kill on Caramel, because again, like you said, Caramel's the lurker. You don't want that player to go down, especially if they do. Guess what? That's position, and that's potential, play given away to the enemy team. And look at this now. RAD Esports are hurting hard on their economy as they're all shadows right now. And they need to get a kill or a couple of kills even to pick up a couple of guns and take it against the enemy team to say, hey, we are still fighting. They're losing momentum, though. They're losing momentum hard right now as 3 rounds have been taken by GV. And there you go. Shots fired. This time Ryzen being very low on health. UV can kind of tell someone's nearby. And that exactly is Gambo. But once again, slowing it down. And this is what I like about this game. Boy. The switches in momentum. Oh, UV. So very close, but no cigar just yet.
He survived, and well, Gambo didn't even spot him, and I mean, UV didn't spot him either. This is weird. That could have been a freebie either way, But it looks like they're gonna be making a play on towards Cat here, and the TP is being sent as well. And Gambo's the only point of defense on towards A, and he's towards long, and he will get taken down. No, actually, Gambo drops him. Drops UV, that is, I'm sorry.
30 seconds
a 4v4 with a Vandal retrieved. Do not tell me this is how they win. But the play is going to be towards B. They're already going in. Gambo, will he make it in time? Yes, he does. He does make it in time. And they have given away the position as well.
Oh no.
10 seconds left.
Position given away. He's really trying his hardest to hold them off, but it doesn't matter. He gets taken off by Gerv, and it's all now down to these players. Position given away thanks to Tricky. I believe that was potentially either the Owl Drone or the Recon Bolt. Doesn't matter. He got the kill. That's what matters. It's now 2v3 though. Tricky and Paradox, they only have Shadows in hand, and that's what the issue is here. More shots fired. And that's going to be Paradox throwing one of the utilities. He's the last one standing. Gets one. Got two.
Oh, my Lord.
Couldn't quite get the third. Kibo once again the showstopper as they come in and get that beautiful final shot, and much needed as well. Again, imagine if that was a collateral. Imagine if the stars had aligned for Paradox right there. That would have been an insane pop-off moment. But not to be. Denied once again, and Govinda have entered double digits. They are 10-2 up. They've won 4 rounds in a row. They are slowly stealing the spotlight. And RAD Esports, what do you have in store?
Oh boy, he survives. For how long? For how long? UV. Oh, almost got it onto Deadly 10, but you know, they have the ultimates now, especially the Annihilate. That's the one I'm looking out for. But Govinda Esports already making their run into the side. Deadly 10 immediately pulls out the knives after getting one shot with the operator there, I'm sorry, and Curve immediately pulls out the shotty and takes him out. A 4v3 situation. The Annihilate will be of no use, actually. For the ping. Paradox actually could have gotten that one, but this is a really risky play coming in. UV. Oh, Govinda Esports. Man, oh man, is there a twist in the tail? Is there a way that maybe they can actually turn this around, and they should go for a save here? There's nothing that they can work with anymore. And oh boy, makes a wise decision, but is it already too late? It's going to be 11-12 with nothing to work with moving into the next round except this one Phantom. They use their Annihilation, they use their you know, Blade Storm as well, so they have nothing. And if they somehow lose this Phantom as well, that's going to be the end of the game, and I'm pretty sure we're looking at a potential overtime moving on. And Govinda Esports, they should be feeling really, really confident. But he gets taken down. I'm pretty sure. I heard the Killjoy, you know, do the death moan there, and I'm pretty sure he's been taken down there. Is he? Yep, there it is. There's no more buy. There's nothing left for RAD Syndicate. Oh, how the tables have turned.
How the tables have turned, how the mighty are so close to falling. 11-12, round 24, as this is the longest on-stream game we've had so far. And that's not to say that the other games weren't close, but this is close like none other. Overtime looks so very likely right now, as you have the long shot coming in. Not quite. Deadly. What has happened? This player is missing their shots, and we haven't seen that before. The last few rounds on the rifles have just not worked out for the Jet, and Deadly has to kind of fall back, figure out where to go from here. Here we go. That is to say, the decoy from Yoru is going to get shot. That, of course, just is a little bit of utility usage right now, but nothing too big or spectacular happening. Govinda once again switching up the pace, making RAD Esports sweat here. And that is what is kind of defining the flow of the game right now. You can see Gambo is getting a little bit antsy. He doesn't know where these attackers are coming from, as we have the Dimensional Rift coming in. That's huge right now, and that's going to be Yoru coming around, potentially making a big play. But no, there is somebody who was caught, I believe, as Deadly goes down on the other side. That is an Annihilate, and that's going to be UV's Annihilate finding Gambo. 2 defenders off the board, and their plant is going off. Shots are fired yet again, but it is just beautiful positioning, beautiful play. Neuro Theft goes out from Caramel, who gets 3 now. And it's all down to Tricky, who's going to get taken off the board. Folks, it is an equalizer. It is a round 24, 12-12 situation. So you know exactly what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready to rumble, because overtime is in play.
This goes here.
And honestly, this matchup, it deserves the overtime. They definitely deserve to fight for as long as possible to decide who's the one coming out on top, especially if RAD Syndicate are going to be the ones taking down Govinda Esports in a 2-0 fashion. Well, as I said, it's not going to be easy. And I think Govinda Esports have finally figured out that, you know, they don't need to change anything. They just need to play like they did and like they do on a daily basis, right? And I think it's working out for them. RAD Syndicate, something needs to switch, and well, let's see if that is going to be the case. And Kibo, even though he's on the defensive half, he did not pick up the Odin this time around. So, you know, I like this. I like this play.
All right. UV deciding to just go all the way around spawn, rotate to potentially where these attackers are going. And that is, of course, the question, right? Where are RAD Syndicate's attackers going? That is going to be the question. Looks like they're currently just kind of sitting on mid, as we have more smokes going out from the Omen. Just got to be careful about this. Govinda, they have had a bit of a tough time of it when it comes to defense, but that's not to say that they won't be, you know, making a big play for this attack. As as we have once again the dash coming in, shots are fired, and Ryzen taking a bit of damage right now, position given away, and it looks like it might be an A execute. Yes, it will be. Tricky and Deadly get 2. Homeboy falls to Caramel, but Caramel with a Ryzen with a shotgun actually gets Deadly. That's huge right there. He's got the door side to himself, but the door has been closed, so that's going to be position given away as he breaks it open, as more shots need to be fired right now. Gambo is so low on health, and they don't know where this player is. Doesn't matter. Finds Kibo just about, and we have Hunter's Fury coming in. Caramel taking damage. Position will be given away, but no, he saves that last bolt. Omen comes in, and 2 kills to that Omen. Caramel falls on the other side, and it's now a 1v1. Ryzen and Paradox, the last 2 standing in the smoke. He might try to go for it. He's gonna do that. Shots fired, and he's gonna get found. Paradox with the kill and the clutch right there. The defusal, I should say, will not happen, and RAD Esports will take the first overtime match point.
Boy, that's what, the 7th time that they have the match point, and like, you know, they have to close it this time around. Govinda Esports are not going to give them this opportunity again and again and again. But that was a good round, you know, from Ryzen. You have to give it. He was on point. I mean, that jump and getting that kill, that was too good to watch. And Deadly 10 with the operator in his hand. Have to be really careful here. Take the shot. Oh, he misses it. I think if he would have taken it a bit earlier, maybe he would have gotten a couple. Actually, but they still managed to somehow pull it down to a 2 versus 2. Okay. This is interesting. Now, both the surviving players are towards A, and they have already made their way towards, you know, market at least. And Ryzen picked up the operator. You should have all the util you need on server. The drone just going out right now. The shock darts are available. The recon will be up in 13 seconds. The paranoia is once again deadly and is still there. The grabnet and barrier mesh in play as well. So there's a lot of util to work with in this round. And whoever comes in first, will you be checking the smoke? No, homeboy. Amateur mistake, man. That is just an amateur mistake. And I think we are, you know, in. Oh.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay, will he land the flick?
One.
Paradox, once again, to go for this clutch. The time is running out, and I don't think there's enough time for him to defuse the spike anymore.
Come on.
He doesn't. It's over. We're going for another overtime, fellas.
Oh, that got, again, so very close. Govinda Esports will breathe that sigh of relief that their game is not over just yet. They held out in just enough, but I will say, homeboy, if you're going in the smoke right there, I know that, you know, they didn't know where these attackers were, right? So the positions needed to be found, and I understand you need to keep the hallway in check, but both of you don't need to do that. Both of them were peeking towards that B entry hallway, which that's just not what you need to do in that moment. That smoke, you're going into it, you should be expecting someone to play in there. This has happened time and time again. Players have played in the smoke, been shot through smoke. It is nothing new. As we go into round number 27, we have a huge... Okay, we have an execute coming in towards B entry hallway once again from the side of RAD Esports. Shots have been fired. 2 attackers have taken a little bit of damage. That's Homeboy and Gambo. But they're going to do this regardless. Position coming away on Caramel, who's going to fall back instead. He's been slowed, and that's going to be the first kill, but that's deadly to fall. Actually, that's unfortunate, as Gambo also blinded. He's moving his way in there. Shots are fired, as Paradox really wants a couple of kills here. Teleports out from Gambo, and he's going to just be able to get to safety. Paradox gets 1, falls to the shorty, and now Tricky is up next here. He's going to find 1. Can he find 2? Yes, he does. That clears out the site, and that makes it a 2v2. It's going to be a plant situation right now between this 2v2 situation. 13 and 13. Who gets the first overtime match point will determine how this game goes. Shots are about to be fired right now. And Gambo, 13 health left. But they're alive, and that's what matters.
Last player standing.
The Hunter's Fury just being utilized on the wrong side of the map. Unfortunately, and the blind side will get him, and Garv is good enough to get that kill on the Tricky. And I think they actually, you know, delayed the ult quite a bit. I think Tricky, as soon as he got the plan, should have just ulted. As soon as he got the information onto Deadlock and, you know, the other player onto CD, of course, they should have just gone for it. But now, Govinda Esports, for the first time in 2 maps, they have a chance to close things off. A match point, and they've been good on their attack. Will they take it? They have to. I mean, once again, we were talking about how Govinda Esports don't give that opportunity quite often. Well, RAD Syndicate doesn't either. This is the first time that Govinda Esports have it. In like, what, 40 rounds? 40, 45 rounds? That is just insane. I mean, RAD Syndicate, you gotta feel bad for them, man. This is gonna go down in history as one of the biggest jokes for sure. This has to be 10-2. Come on, you shouldn't be losing these matches. But either way, Govinda Esports, let's see if they can close it out. And Deadly 10, once again, really aggressive.
Playing very high up right now. Deadly, who decides, despite the Aldron finding him, he's going to be aggressive about this. He's going to want to get these kills. Recon Bolt goes out. That's not going to find any positions. Has been shot up. No, it actually finds one. Oh, dear me. Paradox with the lineup once again. Once upon a time, and UV will go down, and that's the luck factor coming into play. Paradox takes a bit of damage on this peak, this spawn hallway right now. All you got to do is just be careful. Do not give away bodies. Paradox knows exactly where they are. Shots fired, but no, there's somebody on the flank from defender spawn. That's going to be Ryzen, but he's also got to be careful of someone behind him. There's two players here holding down this angle. Shots fired as Homeboy gets one, gets taken down. It's not an equalizer. The defenders have the body count advantage. Deadly is pushing up real hard towards spawn. He sees one, gets one. Oh no, oh no. Do not feed like this. Oh my goodness. Kibo nearly pulled it out as every single one of RAD Esports decided, let's peek spawn, fellas. I am not sure what the thought process there. You had the advantage. You did not need to nearly feed those kills to Kibo on a silver platter. That is just one of those decisions you should not be taking. And had Tricky not managed to get that final kill, that would have been it. And RAD Esports would have gone down in one of the, well, not maybe one of the worst, but definitely one of the more embarrassing ways to fall in an overtime round situation. Regardless, criticisms aside, they've equalized it. It's 14-14 once again.
Another OT, another chance for both of these teams to close off, another chance for RAD Syndicate to end on a good note. Homeboy, he sees him, he saw him. Caramel, he's on the receiving end yet again. Unfortunate, that is quite unfortunate if you ask me. Homeboy with a double, and now RAD Syndicate. This is a great push, and it's kind of the same play that the side of Govinda Esports have been doing. You know, coming in with a mid to B split, and that's exactly what's working out for both these teams, and they're making it work as well again. And I think they should have let Homeboy plan, because then you would have gotten that lockdown into play. But that's not the case. Tricky will go for the plan. That is going to be a 3v5. Homeboy gets the ultimate regardless, but he's going to get taken down, so that's of no use. Oh, Deadly 10 flexing with the one tap. It's all down to UV with a 1v4. And if you ask me, it's impossible. And Gambo gets that kill. Deadly 10 for a second. I thought maybe he was the one landing that shot, but that's not the case. RAD Syndicate, for the millionth time, have a chance to close this game up. Can they do it?
The sixth overtime round is now in play. We are officially 30 rounds into this matchup, folks. And boy, howdy, 30 rounds into this map, mind you. And you know, with both maps now included, that is 49 rounds of Valorant that have been played between two maps. Normally, you get to see that kind of map count on across 3 maps in a BO3. But today is a treat for all of our viewers at home, as here we have Deadly pushing up, but once again, too aggressive, too far, gets taken down by Gerv, as Gambo's once again trying to play a little bit aggressive right now. SpyCam has given away his position, but he's going to just fall back, just playing the angle to his advantage. Smoke comes out, and that's going to be once again Gambo not able to do too much about this. He's slowed, and that's not a great position to be slowed in, but he just about manages to get away. Decoy will not be shot just yet, as Tricky decides, you know what, let me be a little bit more in the open. Let me play around these walls to the site. Govinda, seeing the fact that there's 2 players holding across, decides, you know what, this is not worth it. And let's switch it up. They are now in mid, playing around the cubby area, trying to get into A, where the killjoy is. Homeboy has been a playmaker so far, mind you, and Homeboy could pretty much be a massive stopper for them to overcome, but as we have just the seconds, you know, ticking away, time ticking away. Govinda, where do you go? They're running back towards B once again, and that, I don't know if that's the best decision in the world, but now action's about to happen, and only time will tell.
Oh, this is it. This is the final push coming in, and looks like RAD Syndicate, they have to try again. They have to go for this one again. They have to do a redo, because this round is definitely going in the favor of Govinda Esports. They're not going to lose a 1v3, right? Homeboy, he has a chance to go for this clutch. He will be spotted with the drone. He gets the information, does have the recon available in a couple of seconds. He will have it now. It will come out as well. He's just holding it. for a second. Homeboy, he does not have a lot of time to work with. He needs to understand that he probably just has. Oh. He survived it. And Annihilation comes in, and that's what's the worst way to die? Well, this one tops the chart.
Oh dear me. All right, we are not done with this game, not by a long shot, folks. It is once again an equalizer between both of these teams. Govinda Esports, I gotta say, if there was ever a time to start fighting, well, they have picked one of the best times for them right now, as we are now on 7th overtime round in this second map. Ascent really is just one of those maps where there's no real surprises outside of how each round is played. And at the end of the day, even with the default pushes, even with the plants, it comes down to this. Each and every round that is played to its pretty much perfection, to its peak between both of these teams. Both of them once again going in for the full buy, and into the smoke they go, and they get taken off one by one. Caramel and Ryzen playing in there, and they say, you know what, it doesn't matter where you're going, we know where the play could be. And that is exactly how two attackers just fall. Deadly and Gambo, once again, playmakers off the board. They gotta find these kills. They gotta find these potential players one by one. Shots are gonna be fired as Paradox finds one, but Tricky goes down. It's a 2v4 situation with the spike on the floor. Not a good place to be in, not at all. Homeboy's gonna come around. He's gonna get found. And a triple kill to Homeboy as Paradox is once again the last one standing. He's peeking in the right direction, but he doesn't know that he is. Might be able to find one maybe, and no, he's focused on the recon bolt and not on the fact that Gurv is gonna peek, take him off, and yet again Govinda are now the ones on overtime match point. 16 and 15 so far, and we are probably not done with this game yet, because Govinda still has to win one more round. They'll be confident about it, absolutely, but oh boy, this game, it is a knuckle-dragging, all-out brawl.
Yeah, the fourth overtime, and I have a feeling that we might, might be just getting started. We have the operator once again out on Deadly, and they are going to be going in towards A as well. The attackers, it is a double centered side right now. This is good read coming in from the side of Govinda Esports. From the side of RAD Syndicate, I'm sorry. But this play from Deadly could be scary. He's holding off this position, and he's only good for one. I mean, here's the thing. If he gets pushed from that top mid, there's nothing he can do, and he needs to make a call here. Are you going for that push? He gets one, but that's good enough. But Caramel, the meanwhile, does get the kill on the Paradox, and all of a sudden, that opens things up onto a J. That gives them the information that they need. Caramel out in the open, 10 points of health, or maybe even less, actually, as a matter of fact. Just get him out. You need to take him out, otherwise he will cause a lot of trouble. Homeboy in the meanwhile, it does get grab netted, but will be going down. A 3 versus 2 situation. Caramel is very, very low, and going the Esports looks like we might be going to loaders after all. Oh, he did! For a second I thought he did, and there you go. I told you, Caramel with 1 point of health also could be deadly, and it's all over, folks. I don't think it's possible for Tricky to go for this play. There it is. You can't let him go. Not 1, but 2 points of health, but doesn't give 2 cents. It is all about going the Esports and them coming back from a 2 to 10. And it's irony that someone with 2 points of health is the one closing things off for them.
2-10 all the way to 17 and 15. RAD Syndicate, there are words that I want to say, but I'm not going to say them just yet. We're going to save that for the analysis section. Right now, Govinda Esports, they have won a massive, massive comeback, as they've pretty much just proved themselves, really. I've got nothing else to say there. They have shown us that they are not out of this game just yet. This BO3 is indeed going all the way to map number 3, as they are once again in a position of power. All they need to do is just hold on strong That's what they need to do. Going into the map 3, Lotus is the map that they won against Shellcourt, and it was a good 13-8, I believe. Win 13-7, 13-8, something like that. So it was 13-8, yes. So Govinda are in a very strong position right now, given what they have just accomplished. As we go into the end of map screen here, folks, and you can see every single person firing off on both sides. 28, both to Yoru, the Gurv, excuse me, and of course 28 to Caramel. And like he said, you can't let Caramel go, not even once, because the moment you do, the moment you give that man an inch, he's going to take a mile. And on the other side, every single player from the RAD Syndicate in the 20s, but unfortunately, they really were just kind of falling apart in the second half. All that energy, all that momentum just gone, especially once they got to match point. They seemed to just deflate and never could find their way back to that same kind of commanding position that they had before. Even when they took overtime match point, even when they equalized it, it just wasn't there for them. And now they are forced to go to Lotus. And I think that they definitely would have wanted to avoid that outcome, as right now, their revenge tour, it's been put on hold because guess what? Govinda's on a map that they know they can win.
Yes, and it was the one map that they, they lost yesterday. One of the two maps, of course. And our Lotus was the map they won yesterday. And I am kind of scared now for the side of RAD Syndicate. Not just about the fact that it is Lotus, but about their mental, this mental in general, and their resilience now coming into play. Losing a 210, come on. That's just not something you're gonna take lightly. But yeah, you have to make sure you brush it off your shoulder and think reset. You need time to reset, right? Another thing I need to point out yet again, no timeouts this game. Like, I want to know if it's not allowed. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's allowed, right? I'm pretty sure it's allowed, and we've seen teams do it. So I'm not really sure why none of the teams are taking it, right? I mean, at one point they should have taken a break. They should have taken a timeout and thought about at least what to do and at least breaking that momentum. Well, talking about breaks, we're gonna be taking one ourselves, and RAD Syndicate needs it desperately. We're gonna be taking a short break. We'll be back with the decider in the lower bracket final.
Here we go. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the Lenovo and Intel presents India's Top Gamer featuring Mythpat. My name is Blackjack, once again joining you alongside Edge as we are back for this best of three here for this tournament of Valorant. And what a game that we have just had. Map number 2, we had, and I count, 32 straight rounds of some of the most close Valorant I have ever seen. I'll tell you what, as this match has now gone into map 3. Lotus is going to be played, and it's the only map that the team of Govinda Esports won yesterday, and they're back on it once again after what a comeback that they just made. Whew, Edge, what do you think? What do we have in store for us again?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to see some more OT in this particular map up. And I think there's a really good chance that it might go there as well, because once again, RAD Syndicate, they are gonna be feeling bad about them losing this map, especially with the lead that they have in the first half, a 10-2. But there's also a map that they're really good at. But don't take anything away from Govinda Esports. They beat Chokar on this particular map in a 38 fashion. So I think this is going to be a close lineup. And as I've already said, Govinda Esports, they don't need to change anything, right? They need to stick with what they know. They need to stick with their basics, get their basics right, and go with their gut. And I feel like I have to say the same about the side of RAD Syndicate as well. They don't need to switch things up either. It's just about who's the better team at the end of the day. And I feel like both these teams have the potential to, outplay the other team. And it's just timing sometimes. Sometimes that luck factor does come into play. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Luck, as some might say, is a skill. I purely agree. It might be a skill, to some at least.
Well, luck whether or not luck is actually skill, that depends on how you define it at the end of the day. However, what I will say is that right now, Lotus will be more skill than luck. I certainly hope so. Because the number of times we've seen, two players line up and then get shot in the head through each other, my goodness, it has been firing off on all cylinders today. Though, right before we go in, we'll go in just a sec, don't you worry, folks. I just got to point out the fact that we didn't have time to talk about this in the map itself, but in the map of Ascent, in the second half, because it was a 10-2 up for Govinda, right? They start coming back. They take 4 rounds in the first half, second half, I should say. Then the RAD Syndicate come back. They take 2 of their own, and then it was nothing but Govinda all the way till round 24. Round 19 to round 24, that is 6 rounds of Valorant, 6 rounds of match point for the RAD Syndicate, and they lost every single one of them. Govinda played their hearts out. They left it all on the field, and there is no amount of praise that's going to do it justice for them in that moment. And I gotta say, right now, Govinda Esports, their fans in the chat, you better be sounding off, because right now, in Lotus. Govinda's once again going to need your support. So will the RAD Syndicate, of course, but RAD, who going from 10-2 down, 10-2 up to 15 and 17 down is not going to be a good position to be in. Their mental game is probably hurting right now. And this between map break that they have, it is crucial for them to take this time just to re-energize, chill out just a little bit, give yourself that room to breathe. Because if you don't, I don't know. I don't want to make that prediction, but I think you know what I'm trying to imply here.
I get it. RAD Syndicate, they were this close to tasting, they were very close to tasting that revenge. That revenge juice was ready. But then, Govinda Esports were like, not yet, just not yet. I mean, it's not, they didn't steal it yet, right? But they're about to, if, RAD Syndicate does not bring out their A game and does not give it their all in this one. And you have to agree. I mean, I have to agree with the fact that you said, 6 rounds back to back Govinda Esports. That mental resilience was insane. Right? I mean, you see teams cripple, especially with that match point or lingering over the head. Well, Govinda Esports, they were like, nah, it's just another day in the field. Another day at work, East Peas. They took it all the way. RAD Syndicate had another chance in the first OT as well. Right, they had another chance to close things off 7 times, 8 times, I believe, in the entirety of that game, and none of them were taken, unfortunately. I mean, they were not taken because Govinda Esports were not letting them take it, and luck or not, it is what it is. Govinda Esports won, RAD Syndicate won. Well, all of that, once again, does not really matter anymore. It's about one map, and it's about Lotus. 3-sided, just like Haven, but plays out very different than Haven, as we already talked about it yesterday. An Asian competition also has to be different, right? I mean, you can go with a double duelist setup on this one, which we have seen yesterday. I believe it was a Raze and Neon yesterday, getting that multi-control everywhere, and it was Govinda Esports with that Garv on Raze, and I'm not really sure who was the player on Neon. I believe it was Ryzen or someone. We'll see it. Yeah, it was UBM, sorry, the second duelist for them. And here we go. The agent select for the final matchup of Valorant in the lower bracket here. And Lenovo Intel presents India's next top gamer facing Mythpat.
Here we have it. Agent select for the final time in this matchup. And Govinda Esports and the RAD Syndicate, they have to play this to their strengths. It looks like it's going to be, once again, pretty similar with one big difference here. As both sides have gone, both sides have gone for the Fade, the Omen, the Killjoy, and the Neon. Actually, never mind, there is a switch up as Deadly decides not to go for the Killjoy, instead goes for Chamber, who I will say have not seen in a long time. But on the other side, Gambo is keeping the Breach. We saw Breach in round 1, or I should say map 1, between these two teams on Haven, and they're going to get Breach again. And Gambo is a fantastic Breach player, so it makes sense that you're back on a triple site map. Sure, get that operator, get that agent, I should say, that will work. Fade and Neon are back on the board as well. Fade, of course, more of an initiator, but able to play almost a pseudo-duelist type of role. And Raze, of course, we've seen since the beginning of the game. Raze is just one of those agents you just do not want to mess with. The moment Raze starts getting on the board, that's when you got to be afraid. Neon is also in there, of course, and Neon being such a popular pick right now makes a lot of sense. That movement that is offered by that agent, by her abilities, it is insane. And I think actually Govinda going for the double duelist here with both Neon and Raze, both of whom are known for having wacky movement that catches like so many people off guard. That's going to be interesting. Govinda's on the defense, mind you, and RAD Syndicate looks like they're going to be on the attack. So once again, we're starting off the same side on both sides. RAD Syndicate attacking, Govinda defending, and it all comes down to this.
It all comes down to what we have on our screen, ladies and gentlemen. It's about Lotus, and it's about to get down. It's about to get dirty, for sure, between both these teams. It's about to get bloody. And as we have the players' camps once again, Govinda Esports trying to maintain their reputation, trying to keep up with that, flawless, I wouldn't say flawless run anymore, but kind of a flawless run not losing apart just from the one matchup against Chilcott. But RAD Syndicate, on the other hand, they want that revenge. They were very close to it. They had their lunch stolen. These bullies from Govinda Esports. Can RAD Syndicate put a stop to this? Govinda Esports, they've been bullying everyone in that upper bracket one, right? I mean, except Chilcott. And now it's time they face someone similar. These people, RAD Syndicate, also have to be the bullies of the Mumbai server, if you ask me. So this is kind of a match that you kind of dream of. And as I said, you could not have asked for a better Saturday night matchup apart from these two giants facing off against each other. So I want to see an OT. I'm pretty sure these teams, they don't want an OT. They want to close these things off as soon as possible. As I said, it's a one matchup. It's a best of one, do or die situation. Winner takes it all. Go to the grand final or get the hell out of the tournament.
This is it. This is that final chance. There is no takebacks. There is no second chance, like you said. This map, the moment it ends, and whoever... when it came out, I distinctly remember, that there were things about it that people didn't like. At least that was more so from a community perspective. That was around the time where Valorant, more so I myself wasn't really back in esports for a while, but that's the last thing I remembered. But seeing Lotus being played so much now, it's certainly a map that I certainly like to look at. Whether or not it's one map that, is playing wise all that good, of course it depends on these two players. But opinions and speculations aside, we do have a little bit of a pause on the timer, and of course once again it is for technical reasons here, folks, but don't you worry, the match will be starting very, very soon. As right now we just have to wait and see what both of these teams have for us. The first round, it's a pistol round. It's the same as always, as each game of Valorant starts the same way.
Well, 15 seconds and we are going to be going in for the the penultimate pistol round of this lower bracket final one more time. Let's see how things start off. It looks like RAD Syndicate, they want to go for a really quick A push here, and the Hunt coming in. Turret spots him out. Caramel, look at this positioning, man. Ooh, a deadly 10 for the third time today is the one opening things off on map number 3. And they're just like that, the barrage of players running into the side. They have already taken control of this one. Great stun coming in. The fault line is good. Combined up with the aftershock, delaying the rotation from the side of Govinda Esports. RAD Syndicate off to a great start.
It is yet again RAD Syndicate with the plant, and they just have to hold it in the post plant as the rotating door is going to reveal one, and there's going to be another. There's another Paradox with multi, but UV comes around, gets one of their own. However, Deadly is able to get that kill. UV to fall, and that will be the RAD Syndicate taking the first round of the pistol for themselves. I mean, when they're on the attack, the RAD Syndicate, their attacking house have looked really, really good so far. So I'm not surprised that they took the pistol round. Now the second one is going to be what determines a lot going forward, as RAD is going to be able to get, better guns, better overall utility, and even some shields. While Govinda, they won't be able to do the same. Whether or not Govinda is able to fire on the same level or even get a few guns, let's find out.
They need to make sure that they don't give up the second round like we've seen a lot of teams do. That Bucky on that Neon is deadly, and Homeboy needs to make sure that he utilizes it full potential. He's falling back right now. He's out in the open. He's gonna get taken down, is he? Yes, he is, but I mean, there were a lot of shots fired there, and RAD Syndicate now with the advantage. They want to keep it that way. Ooh, the spot one. And Kibo, I don't believe, has been spotted. Deadly 10 gets information that there is one player going towards B, but Kibo has never been spotted. And I think that could pay off. That could be costly. Deadly 10 might be paying with his outlaw.
There we go. The outlaw finds ahead, and now it's all down to these last two defenders. Never mind, Caramel falls, and it's Deadly who's gonna get that final kill. Caramel off the board, and a flawless round to RAD Syndicate as they start off really strong yet again. I say really strong. I don't want to get ahead of myself because you know how the caster's curse works as much as I do, Edge. And for those at home who might be unaware how this works, how the caster's curse comes into play, it's a matter of coincidence that's become like its own joke that, hey, we're going to say, oh, it looks like they're getting a lot of momentum. Suddenly they're going to lose a round. It's happened multiple times before. It's the same reason why I don't like making predictions. Since whenever I do, the caster's curse goes into overdrive. But right now, round 3, and we're going to see the side of... okay, Govinda with a massively aggressive push, and it's going to be once upon a time, i.e. Gurv getting a big kill right now. Homeboy's really walking in through the grenade right there, and just about living with 72 health. He's got a shotgun in hand as well. So he just wants to get a kill here. Maybe potentially something for them, but no, Homeboy's going to fall regardless. That is Caramel taking that first kill. And Paradox was the one who went on the floor before, so we now have ourselves a situation where, guess what? RAD Esports are on the back foot, but the spike is on the floor. So they have an advantage, but never mind, they don't know where UV is, and he comes around. Caramel and Ryzen getting their own kills, and that's going to be Govinda firing in with their first round.
It's a flawless as well. So, you know, we've seen this pattern before, you know, losing the bonus for the side of RAD Syndicate, but we've never seen a flawless being pulled off, especially today. The bonus rounds have always been very, very close, and this tells me that this game is going to be different. And RAD Syndicate starting off really strong. Govinda Esports, but they're firing back with same intensity right now. And with this chamber as your sentinel on the RAD Syndicate, yes, they have that second duelist kind of firepower, but on attack, on defense, you're gonna be having a lot of trouble. You're gonna be needed to play with those really aggressive plays. And Govinda Esports, that double duelist is gonna be, you know, it's just gonna be easy peasy for them. It's gonna be smooth like butter when they actually switch sides.
Shots are fired once again as we have ourselves a Omen on low health. That's going to be Ryzen playing around the rotating door, who's just shooting through walls. But meanwhile, Tricky gets one home by false to UV on the other side as multiple bodies are going to get dropped in just a second here. They did lose Gurv, I should say, who was the Raze player. And right now, we've got ourselves more shadows who are going to come in. Tricky needs to be careful on this door. He's going to be, and that's going to be Kibo to fall the enemy phase. And there goes UV. However, Gambo, the breach has been taken care of. And that's the spike down as well. Campbell gets one, but he's the last one standing. Not standing anymore. As Deadly comes around, gets that kill. Multiple bodies dropping so very fast. And RAD Esports, or I should say, the RAD Syndicate, not RAD Esports, the RAD Syndicate will take their third round, once again mirroring what we've seen so far across all the maps as we go into round 5.
Great, you know, patience coming in from the entirety of the team. And Deadly 10 on this chamber is being really good, as well as a matter of fact. I mean, I really love it on attacking side. I'm sorry, but I'm not really a big fan of it on the defense. And right in the face. I don't know what UV thought was going to happen there, but these, oh yeah, Homeboy just walking through them like it's nothing. Walking through those swarm grenades like it absolutely does nothing. And Caramel, his positioning is really, really good. Does manage to get one. Could have been gone. Could have been actually good for 2 as well. That's not going to be the case. It's still an advantage for the side of RAD Syndicate. The plan is going to be inevitable. Homeboy up close and personal with the judge. Could be deadly. Spots out, but does not deal enough damage to take him down. Will be dealing a bit. Surviving right now. Gives away his position. A great flash there, but hitting his own teammate as well. Tricky, nevertheless, still managed to get the kill on the Gurv. And now, Ryzen and Kibo. What's the play? Wise decision is to go for the save, but it's not going to be, ooh, deadly. I didn't see it, but I definitely heard it and felt it in my nerve. That one tap. Kibo is not going to be showing on the server for a hot sec. And Ryzen wants to save. Will they let him? Is the question. A Phantom? Maybe for the next round.
Well, he does manage to get one for himself, and right now that's all that really matters, right? Save the Phantom, save the credits, what little you have, because you want to make sure your economy is not going to be as hurt, though at the end of the day, their economy will certainly be hurting right now. UV, I gotta say, once again, it's just one of those neon things, right? You want the movement, you want the aggression, you want to be able to find these kills as fast as possible, and so sometimes you just end up running into a smoke and getting shot in the face, right? And that is just your average Tuesday for someone playing the neon. But right now, RAD, they are 4-1 up. They are very, very well, not very, very stable, but they are definitely stable in their position. We've seen this before from them, right? Shotgun in hand once again from Homeboy. He's going to be playing close angles. He's going to be peeking corners with impunity, so to speak, as Horizon's teleport is going to be seen, and Deadly gets away from the blind right there. As a Homeboy, there we go. He's positioning himself in places that he really shouldn't be. He's gonna get... Okay, never mind. He actually got Caramel out of that. And meanwhile, we have Kibo here, along with Ryzen. They're gonna get flashed, and there's gonna be shots fired towards them. No, they get one instead of their own, as we've got UV kind of coming around, trying to get something going for himself. He manages to slide away, but that's also B site almost cleared out for the attackers to get in, I should say C site. And there we go, FaZe coming around, but the showstopper comes in, getting one instead. Gambo on the floor, but Gurf falls as well. Spike is on the floor. Spike Care has been killed. Tricky now trying to get something going here, as Ryzen was the one to fall there. Gambo last one standing in this moment. Actually, it's Tricky last one standing, excuse me. He doesn't know where these defenders are, but he gets one, can't get the second. Yuvi comes around, and Govinda will take their second round after a pretty scrappy fight.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just them losing the round. It's also the economy taking a huge hit. Like, look at it. They won 4. I mean, yeah, 2 back-to-back. But the economy is just not there. I mean, yeah, Deadly can pull out, you know, that Headhunter, maybe play with it for quite a bit. But that's about it. The lockdown and the overdrive are going to be insane. And here you go, Tour de Force. This is what I've been waiting for. Let's see if he can put it to good use, because that has to be the game changer for them.
Oh boy. Deadly. He's got the Tour de Force. This could be, once again, a potentially huge play right there. Because that, of course, saves credits as well for Deadly at the end of the day, right? At least, you know, so long as he stays alive. Because he's only got a pistol in his hand after that. There we go. That's the haunt. That's going to give away, or actually just stun him for a little bit. But he's under cover here with the Omen smoke as well. That is, of course, the smoke from Govinda's side. But yet again, this is one of those moments where Govinda decided, you know what? Let's just slow things down. And a fire through the smoke. That's going to be Kibo to take the first kill of the round, and a huge one at that, forcing the shot from the Chambers Tour de Force just to get rid of that haunt that was coming his way. But again, slowing it down this time, Govinda, as they know that, not Govinda, I should say, that is RAD Syndicate, as they know that if they're going to be too aggressive every single time, they'll be right into. Beautiful shot right there from Ryzen. He's going to find Gambo. And that is 2 attackers down with the spike on the floor. We've got the shotgun in hand, but it doesn't matter. UV and Gurf come in, but here's Paradox with 2. That's really, really good. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough as Kibo comes around the side and gets that kill, shutting down Paradox, shutting down the clutch. And this time, Govinda have taken their 3rd round in the first half. A stark difference from the other first halves on the other maps, as we are close to an equalizer, and it's only round 8.
My God, this is turning out to be you know, one of those nail-biting matches. We're so close right now. It's 3-4. The last 2 games, we had a... Oh, Gambo is the one getting the kill? Okay, I thought it was actually Homeboy, but he did get that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is a bigger oh, no. This is a bigger oh, no. I thought Yui was going to get more than that one, but Gambo, man, this is one of those rounds where he absolutely turns into a monster. He gets himself a triple, and Ryzen and Gerb are the only ones standing right now. Then it's in Paradox, homeboy. Let's see how they... I'm sorry, actually, I don't think this Paradox is alive anymore. It's Yambo that is alive. With a triple, what can you do? And the shorty is not good enough, and Gambo. The fault on has been used. Homeboy on the side, both of the other players far away on long. It is indeed a long time.
Ooh, long. It's looking long. That's what it is. As Ryzen, he's going to decide to just play safe, fall back, save the gun, save the 2 pieces of utility that he still has. He does hear those footsteps, but he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to worry too much about this. Let's just make sure to get out of the explosion radius. Stay alive. Keep the gun. Stay alive. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Just stay in the corner by spawn. That's going to allow him to keep that gun. And as we go to the instant replay, UV he had such a good opportunity to get a massive, maybe even a quad kill if he'd been able to play his cards correctly. Just missing too many shots after that first one. Still did manage to get the fade, mind you. So that's still a good kill. Good couple of kills there. It unfortunately just wasn't enough to stop RAD from entering and getting the plant off. But even though RAD did win, it was a very scrappy win, especially because they didn't know where UV was. We move into round number 9, folks, and already we have ourselves multiple pieces of utility being fired off towards this A site area. So right now, Ryzen is just holding corner position. Han's going to get shot, and that's going to be the zappy zap coming in from one of the Neons right now. Shots are fired. Neon gets one. That is UV, but he gets taken down by Tricky. That's going to be an equal trade. Teleport coming in from Ryzen, and the defender killjoy will initiate lockdown. That's right by the A site. That's going to force these attackers to rotate away. But given that it's a lockdown, that also gives them the opportunity to potentially maybe play away from here. Meanwhile, towards the spawn side, that's going to be Homeboy falling, and that's 1 kill. But Tricky gets the trade, immediately gets taken down. And that's going to leave Homeboy as the last one standing. Suddenly, actually it's Deadly the last one standing, I should say. And suddenly we have ourselves a moment where it's all down to one player on the attack side who needs to be careful about this. Teleport comes in and it's going to get heard, but Deadly, all they can really do is get kills right now. They don't have position, they don't have intel, and they don't have a life remaining either. Ryzen gets that one. A team ace for Govinda as they make it 4 and 5.
RAD Syndicate with that lead still, but for how long? Looks like the answer is this is the equalizer right now. Govinda Esports, after that previous matchup, are feeling really, really confident about their own gameplay. And even though the Deadly 10's chamber is causing a lot of trouble, if you ask me, Govinda Esports, they have an answer with this double duelist lineup, and they have a cleanse towards B right now, and that is just too good. But Homeboy, he managed to get one. Oh, could have been good to do as well. In the meanwhile, they are taking positions on towards C. Gambo with a double of his own, and now C is completely open. Kibo is really, really tagged up. This low buy could actually work for them, combining with the overdrive, and now the ult being used as well. Nightfall, they get the information that there's no one here, but the ult. Deadly 10. Wait, what? Okay, Gambo's Roaring Thunder, that is, I'm sorry. Actually managed to get one. Deadly with his stabs is too good today. He's landing those shots. Round after round after round, and they get a beautiful round here. 6-4, and they just extended their lead by 1 more.
It's a lead that they desperately needed. Absolutely. I think even they will admit as they cannot afford to lose too many rounds to Govinda. That's the situation they are in right now. That last map has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that you give Govinda any kind of an inch, they will take a mile. It almost happened, mind you, it almost happened in round number, or I should say map number 1 as well, on Haven, because Govinda had won 4 rounds in a row, and had RAD not pulled out those final 3 for as close as they were, it might have been a very similar situation. UV finds one and a huge one at that, as we have the rifle coming in, but it doesn't matter. Tricky gets the kill onto Caramel, and that's another defender body down. Spike is going to get planted on the C side, and that's going to force the defenders to rotate all the way around. Deadly's taking a ton of damage, mind you. He's low on health, as Paradox has to make some sort of play if need be. He's got himself ready for it. He's got himself ready for excuse me, of quick movement, a teleport, or even a smoke potential. Not a smoke, excuse me, a haunt, paranoia, I should say. That's the word I'm looking for. Right now, we have an entry coming in, but no, Tricky's got the long angle. He gets one. Gambo goes down as Ryzen finds Paradox. Homeboy gets UV, who did find Tricky for the triple, but now it's all up to the 1v2. Paradox is alone, and he knows that there's somebody going for the counter, the defuse that is. Does he have enough time? It's gonna get really close, and it explodes at the very last possible microsecond. There was barely any time left on that. I think it really was touch and go, and had oh my goodness, that is such a round. Had Ryzen been able to get on it maybe even a smidge sooner, no, actually he needed to get on it a smidge sooner, but RAD Esports, by the skin of their teeth, will take this round.
7-4, and we're looking at a potential 8-4 here for the side of RAD Esports, and they will love it. RAD Syndicate. Govinda Esports, on the other hand, they would want to make it 7-5 to make it a bit easier for them in the second half here. 8-4 would not be a disaster for them, but they want to make sure that they get it as easy as possible. Well, the play is going to be towards A yet again. The defenders are already curving towards this. Ooh. What are you doing? Wait, Yuvi was blinded. Wait, is that a misplay? He was completely blinded out of his senses, and he still wanted to go in. I'm not really sure what he was thinking about there, but Garamel now in a 1 versus 4, managed to get one. Can he get another one? Nope, that's not the case. Gambo gets it, 8-4. But I think that was a major misplay coming in from the side of Govinda Esports. I think maybe it was overconfidence, or maybe something new was being tried. But either way, it didn't work out in their favor, and yeah, as I said, they don't need to change something that's not broken. And well, it looks like they're trying to adapt as fast as possible and as much as possible, and it's, backfiring their own team. Govinda Esports 4, RAD Syndicate 8.
What a time for some competitive Valorant, isn't it? 8-4 for RAD Esports, as we are, or for RAD Syndicate. I keep saying esports. That is on me, unfortunately. I'm so used to saying esports when it comes to team names and org names. But the RAD Syndicate, which is a pretty unique name, pretty unique name, right now are in a good spot. It's not as good as a 10-2, but at the same time, I think 10-2 is a cursed word for them right now, as for the time being, they're taking a few fights on long. They're going to fall back, as they should. A little bit of damage done to Gamble, but it's not going to be the end of the world. UV, on the other side, is very low on health. That's a Neon who's going to have to be careful about their next fights. Shots are fired, as looks like it's going to be potentially executed by the mid to A site. No, it's going to be B. That's exactly where everything's happening. And oh my goodness, Ryzen with the double gets shut down by Homeboy, who decides to just waltz in. Unfortunately, going to get taken down for his trouble. It is now down to the 1v4, all up to Deadly, the last one standing, who might try to get one. Yes, he does. He's got his gun out. He gets two, but he's going to want more right now. It's a 1v2 for him, as the spike, I believe, was planted. Yes, it was. So it's a post-plant situation for this player right now. Deadly, it's very close to getting taken off the board as well. One shot fired. He is 3 health for himself, and that's all she wrote. If he takes one more bullet, he's gonna peek. He gets one beautiful headshot, but you had Gerv in a good position up top, managing to shut down the clutch. That's gonna be the 8-5 on the second half.
Oof. That was a scary play at the end. Gerv was also really tagged up. Things could have gone either way. We're going the Esports once again, winning that final pistol of today. And it was pretty important as well. So they could potentially take us into a 6-8 scoreline, to a 2-round deficit for them. A RAD Syndicate, well, all they need to do is survive. Let this round go, it's okay. They don't need to worry about anything. Make it a bit costly if you ask me, but that's about it. UV, on the other hand, really check this corner. No, he's gonna pay the price, but once upon a time he's back there. But these Buckies, man, they're making it work. And I've talked about making it costly, but they already have to take out their wallets. It's already bleeding them dry because there is a judge there. Ooh, oh, there you go.
He tried it. He tried getting the satchel jump in, but it was caught out right there as Paradox goes down on that door peak. He broke the door thinking, all right, it might be safe, might not be, couldn't get his gun out in time, as it's all up to Deadly once again in a 1v2 situation. He's right behind Caramel. Well, oh, the alarm bot's going to give away his position. I was going to say that alarm bot will probably be dangerous to deal with right now. He's got his gun out as well. He decides to just jump out, trying to maybe find something. I don't think he actually realized that Caramel was in that corner, thinking maybe he was playing a longer position for the advantage. But the cross was there. It was established. And Govinda have taken their second round in a row, making the differential down to 2, as they are 6-8, very close to an equalizer once again.
That was a scary close round, if you ask me. And a lot of economy damage has been dealt to the side of Govinda Esports. RAD Syndicate, they must be feeling really confident after that particular roundup. And yeah, let's see how things are going to pan out in this one. And Deadly 10 has given away his position. He's not going to be standing out for too long. He understands. And these players are just rushing into the side. They understand that he's the only point of defense on towards C. And Garv and Yui, they already have control on towards CT. That is scary. Tricky gets one. Paradox in the meanwhile loses his life. Kibo gets himself a double before going down in the hands of Homeboy. This border is still paying out really, really well for the side of Govinda Esports. But now the only one standing is going to be Yui with just a judge in the hand. How long can he survive for? Can he get any more? No. Gamble gets that. And 6-9 is the scoreline right now. And Govinda Esports. I want to see the economy that they have. They have enough to go for a buy. They're going to scrape off whatever they have left. But RAD Syndicate, they must be feeling really, really confident after this.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, right? RAD Syndicate right now, they have a good position for themselves. Again, we've said this. Actually, I do want to say, Edge, how many times have we said this? RAD Syndicate, they are in a good position. They're in the lead. They have the advantage economy-wise, man count-wise, everything. And then we see them, unfortunately, get taken off the board. Right now, ooh, good time to teleport right there for Deadly, who was taking a lot of damage right there. Okay, UV just gets the long shot anyway, finds Deadly. That's a good kill on that particular player. As now we have ourselves in this position where Rad is getting planted on. That is Kibo getting the spike on the floor.
Face your fear!
5, RAD Syndicate. Can you make it work? The Nightfall will not be hitting anyone if I'm not wrong. There you go. The horn comes in. Kibo gets a kill on the Homeboy. Well, actually does hit onto Gambo, I'm sorry. He has to be careful, but the backup is really, really good. But Garv hitting his shots at the moment. And now Gambo. Does he go for the save? And I think he should be better. He better be going for that save, but that's not the case. He's not even sticking. They're trying to destroy the economy, and well, Ryzen is going to be the one getting that kill onto Gambo. And the team A is actually Govinda Esports now, closing that gap round after round, and this should be another free B, as the economy on the side of RAD Syndicate will not allow them to go for a full buy here. But a great start here. Look at this. That is just absolutely insane. Bucky at that mid-range. I mean, he was low, I understand, but still, bro. That's just too much.
And once again, we found ourselves in a 2-round differential between RAD Syndicate and Govinda Esports. And RAD, you can see their economy is in a bit of a state, as Deadly, I think, is going to actually go in for the Chambers pistol specifically to get a couple for themselves, maybe even drop a gun. But as they inch closer to spawn, Ryzen has a high position right now. And there we have the shot fired to deny Tricky's utility. That's actually going to give away the fact that there are people playing here, and that smoke is well going to allow for a little bit of movement. Haunt is coming in slowly. It's going to get shot, but with the tremor coming in, it's just, again, a lot of action in the hallway, a lot of chaos, but not a lot of bodies or damage being done. So they're going to rotate instead, and it looks like the attackers have done so as well. Govinda are rotating all the way out towards A, with only the Killjoy and the Raze kind of playing towards spawn in case anybody goes for a flank. And Deadly is in a position to do so, but at the same time, the action is going to start off, and here we go. Ryzen gets one. Gambo, that's a huge one off the board. He's been such a playmaker for the team. Tricky finds UV on the other side. One Neon off the board. The other one's got a shotgun and ready to play, so to speak. And here we have the Ryzen, who's deeply entrenched in C, and that's going to be another rotate all the way to C. But do they know they're being chased by an Omen? Well, it doesn't matter. Deadly falls to the enemy Omen, I should say. And now it's all down to this 3v4 in the post-plant situation. It's a shotgun that's coming up very, very close in this hallway. He decides to go for movement, tricky with the quad kill. Wait a minute. What even happened right there? As we have the Nightmare going out, the Hod going out as well. You have Kibo's position given away. He gets one. He's going to look to get two. The teleport by the Omen right next to him. Shots are fired. And it's going to be Paradox with the kill.
No way they pull it off like that. This should not have happened, and well, it did. And it's a thrifty round for the side of RAD Syndicate, and Tricky, you have to talk about this play. That was just a brilliant. And I'm pretty sure Govinda Esports, they're gonna feel like they kind of gave away this round for free, which I feel like they did. But at the end, even it was a really good, shrouded step coming in from Paradox as well at the end. Good try there coming in from Kibo, but it was just too much. Govinda Esports could have been a one-round deficit, well now increased to 3. RAD Syndicate are looking really good, especially with that op now out on Deadly 10. He could play this much more conveniently and much more aggressively if he wants, but Paradox is in a lot of trouble. Homeboy. Oh no. I thought Paradox was in trouble. Looks like it's the other way around and he's causing trouble. He's not in trouble. He's trouble himself. Caramel surviving for as long as he possibly could, but he's not gonna be able to do so for a really long time. As 11 rounds now, RAD Syndicate, that's that sweet smell of victory. They can sense it yet again.
That sweet smell of victory is yet again so very close for RAD Syndicate. 11-7, 1 round from match point, 2 rounds from victory. But we've said that twice before. Once it worked, the other time, not so much. Govinda are 7 up as well for themselves. And that is to say, the round differential isn't as big as it was in the last 2 maps. And that is something that they will be keeping in mind, that there is still a very good fighting chance for them. The trademark gets destroyed on the other side as we have a little bit of a slowdown after the initial excitement. Shots are going to be fired and Deadly manages to teleport away. Despite missing the shot with the operator, he had the teleport and that's exactly what he needed for himself. As here we have the Neon coming in. The Zap fingers are here, but no, he's going to get shut down by the other Neon with the shotgun.
Oh, no.
Coming in with 2. Homeboy is very close. He even throws down a sticker just for the heck of it. Paradox gets 1, gets taken out.
No.
But Homeboy with the quad. Just from out of nowhere, Homeboy decides, you know what, it is judge, jury, and executioner time. He walks in, runs in, I should say, slides in into the DMs, and gets the team to match point once again.
Match point. They look tired. Finish it. Gotta go.
I don't know, man. I'm just on cloud 9 right now, looking at the plays that they're making. First it was Tricky, now it's Homeboy with the judge, and well, I mean, I'm not gonna call it anything. It's not over till it's over. It is definitely not over until the fat lady saying things for the side of RAD Syndicate, because you never really know. We've been in this position before. We've been in this exact position before. Not taking the chance again. But yeah, Deadly. Spots 1, spots 2. Scary. Homeboy pulls out the overdrive, gets 1. Gambo immediately trades it out though. Garv, good stuff there coming in. He does manage to get himself over 3B on towards B. Tricky down. Caramel's in a good spot, but Paradox.
Face your fear.
He's hearing all of this. They get the A side for free. Nightfall will be utilized, but of no use as of now. The flank will be covered by Caramel, who is in a tough spot right now. The turret will be broken. The plant comes in, a 3v4.
3v4. As we have ourselves another situation in the post plant. This time Govinda going for it, and Gambo's going to find Gurv. That's a good kill right there. And we have the ult coming in. That's going to stun one as well. Not able to get the kill right there. Deadly, he's going to chase as well. The stuns are in, but you have Kibo, who's keeping the hope alive. Gambo shoots the utility. He's going to get shot up as well a little bit. He finds the triple. It's now 1v2. He baits with the counter. He baits with the defuse, I should say. Pistols out. It's a 4. Can he get the ace? No, not quite. Caramel comes around. He's going to shut it down. And that, folks, is going to be the round going towards Govinda. Yet again, echoes of what happened on Ascent. This is something that we know RAD Syndicate desperately wants to avoid. 12-8, and I gotta say, that kill onto the stunned Omen, had that went off, had that kill happen, that round would have been RAD, like RAD Syndicate. It had RAD Syndicate written all over it, but those missed shots, they're gonna be kicking themselves for that.
I mean, they're giving me anxiety at this point. Like, I am out of breath just watching them play. Look at this positioning once again. They have the economy to buy into this one, but if they lose this, they definitely have not a lot to work with moving on to the next one for sure. RAD Syndicate, 4-round lead, safety cushion, match point, a chance to make it into that grand finals and get that revenge over Govinda Esports. Homeboy, once again, in a tough spot here. He's in a really tough spot. A lot of things just chasing him, and well, the only thing he needs to worry about are the bullets that put right into his head. I'm sorry, as Gambo gets one in the meanwhile. So the man advantage here from the side of Govinda Esports, and they're just building it up. And I think it's a safe call. It has to be a safe call. There's no way they can go for this play, but Gambo says otherwise. He's like, I'm gonna try a bit more. A close quarter fight here. A judge. Deadly has to land the headshot, and oh my god, he actually does.
Last player standing.
He needs to land one more, and he will not be able to do so. But Gambo, he's alive. The flashes are there, but the swing is better from the side of Govinda Esports. The slide and the swing, perfectly timed. The triple for UV, and the 9th in the ball for the side of Govinda Esports.
12-9. 12-9. This score gets tighter and tighter with each passing rounds. We have three more rounds, I should say, for the equalizer. Govinda Esports are going to be fighting tooth and nail for all three. And the RAD Syndicate, they need to pick themselves up, really. That's all I have to say there. You have this moment for yourself that you need to play to your strengths, and they just haven't been able to do so for these last couple of rounds. But right now, right here, they need to play it the best they can as we move into round number 22. We've got a couple of ults there as well for this team, as you have Neon's ult, and I do believe the Nightmare as well, ready to go as the slides are in. And here we have shots fired. Once upon a time, that's Gurv gets Homeboy. That's a big one to drop. And now we have more bodies being dropped. Gambo, Paradox off the board, but three fire back.
Not
as
again,
Tricky gets the
not
triple. Deadly is now off the board. That's Caramel with the triple of their own. This could be huge right now. Tricky gets the fourth. Can he get the fifth? Yes, it is the ace.
Oh my god.
The ace.
No.
For the fade. That was quite the play. Just having the tether, having that advantage of the upper position. He literally said, it's over, Govinda Esports. I have the high ground, as it is going to be RAD Syndicate. What a way to win with the ace from Tricky. It is 13-9, and they have completed their revenge tour. They are your second grand finalists for the Lenovo and Intel presents India's Top Gamer featuring Mythpat Valorant Tournament.
I need some time to fathom what just happened. Like, not like this. Not like this. Come on. I mean, yes, Tricky has done this, once before already. In a round, with the quad kill, securing it, and I was like, maybe it's the reminiscence of what happened, and exactly that was the case. And he got the ace this time around as well. I mean, this is a sweet thing to end on for them, but for Govinda Esports, was it overconfidence? Was it just unfortunate timing? Was it what? No one knows. But the thing is, Govinda Esports are going home with 50,000 in the bag, but unfortunately, the revenge, has been served to them already by the side of RAD Syndicate. Not in a 2-0 fashion, but in a 2-1. And, well, you have to give Tricky the MVP, man. I mean, absolutely insane. I mean, I don't give a damn about the kills or whatever, but the plays that he's been making and the way that he converted 2 rounds, the crucial rounds for the side of RAD Syndicate, it was everything. And you gotta feel bad for the side of Govinda Esports. Ryzen, UV, Kibo, Curve, and Caramel himself did all they could to, stay in the tournament. But unfortunately, it was just not good enough.
Absolute MVP Tricky right there. That ace single-handedly saved that round, not just the round, but the tournament hopes for the RAD Syndicate. And I think it's no small estimation to say that if Tricky had not pulled out that ace in that moment, that there's a good chance Govinda goes on to overtime and wins again, right? As a repeat of what happened on Ascent, but not this time, as Tricky just planted his feet on the ground, dug himself in, and told, when he was told to move, he dug his feet into the ground, stood tall, and said, "No, you move." Beautifully done from that player. Beautifully done overall from RAD Syndicate, despite the issues that they have had in their playstyle. And there's definitely issues they need to iron out for tomorrow, I should say. They need to celebrate right now. This team has pulled out all the stops to get to the grand finals. They were knocked down by this very team, by Govinda Esports, into the lower brackets. They defeated DUPG. They defeated their, rivals, I should say. That is Govinda Esports here. They got the revenge tour done, and now they're looking forward to a big play, potentially speaking, on the grand finals. It is a good time to be a fan of this team, I'll tell you what. Govinda Esports, on the other hand, yes, they have to bow out right now, but take heart in the fact that you gave us some of the best Valorant that we have seen in this entire tournament, and possibly even in South Asian Valorant, in Indian Valorant in general. And I gotta say, well played indeed.
I mean, definitely, you can't, take them lightly as of now. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The RAD Syndicate were the better team. They were more prepared. It just felt like right off the bat, with the 10-2 first game. Yeah, that was also a close matchup. I believe we ended on like 13-6, 13-5. And the second one, well, quite unfortunate, but you still have to give it to RAD Syndicate. 10-2 yet again. And in this one, it was a different story, right? It was a different scoreline, but they still managed to secure it due to individual excellence, of course. But at the same time, that synergy was always there right off the gate. As I said, it was an absolute insane, turn of events here. And what a great day! What a great, best of 3 here we get to witness on Haven. 10-2 half turned out to be, RAD Syndicate coming out on top. Moving on to Ascent, another 10-2, and we were like, wait. There's a twist in the tail, like what, 4 or 5 overtimes, and then RAD Syndicate, they were on the back foot all of a sudden. Govinda Esports won, and they looked like the favorites moving on to the last map up. It was Lourdes, the only map they won yesterday, by the way. Keep that in mind. And then, well, another twist in the tail. At the end, it is RAD Syndicate coming out on top and getting that revenge, and they're gonna be waiting to face off against Chilcott, who I'm pretty sure have been watching the stream. I believe I saw Wenka in the chat as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be waiting to face off their opponents tomorrow, and it's gonna be a great best of 5. And I think we are in for all 5 maps actually tomorrow.
I certainly wouldn't count it against this team. I'll tell you what, Chilcord versus the RAD Syndicate, that is going to be the grand finals tomorrow, folks. So with that said, we're going to have to wrap up here for tonight. The excitement has finally come to an end. You know what they say, all good things do eventually come to an end. But it's not quite over yet, because there is that grand finals best of 5 tomorrow. And just like Ed said, that could possibly go all 5 maps. Whether or not that is the case, we will see. But for now, we're going to be wrapping things up here. Once again, big shout outs to production and to the admins for keeping the tournament running. Big shout outs to the team that won, of course, the RAD Syndicate. And of course, huge thanks to Govinda Esports for joining us for this tournament. And we do hope to see them again in future tournaments for Valorant as well. That team is very, very good, folks. Let this loss not sour their reputation for you. And with that said, that's going to be it for us as well here, Blackjack and Edge. We have had a great time of commentating this one, and we'll be back tomorrow once again for the BO5. Don't you worry, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Until then, stay tuned, and good night.